Video's rolling. The music.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Wars organization. You've probably considered competing in the Base Wars organization. Friends, it's time to pull the trigger. Base Wars will be attending Slamology, the world's largest automotive and music festival. Yes, friends, you heard that correct. For the first time, Base Wars will be attending Slamology. This is very exciting news, so don't miss your chance to compete with us. You'll enjoy our atmosphere and our laid-back style of competing. Those of us from Slamology, Base Wars, Kicker, and Sky High look forward to seeing you at the world's largest automotive show and music festival, June 10th through the 12th at Indianapolis, Indiana.
That was definitely an old video. But I think, where'd he go at the last minute? He was just there and just left. Okay.
Technical difficulties tonight.
It happens. All right. Speaking of which, everybody, welcome. Base Wars Live. This is me, Michael. Unfortunately, Billy had a couple issues tonight, so Billy's helping out a loved one, but he will be here hopefully a couple weeks, I'm guessing, but it'll happen. It is what it is. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna do Slamology for the first time, right?
Yes, I'm still ugly as hell, and I'm still number one though.
I don't know.
Here it goes. I'm waiting for where this is getting ready to go. Michael finally understands where this came from. Paul.
What's up, David?
All right. There, Scott.
David,
How are you, sir? There, Scott. How are you, sir?
God
Yeah.
knows. I'm doing all right. Wi-Fi is not being kind.
It happens. I just had to mute the other one there so you could see.
Mute.
I did.
All right.
And then, hang on, sir.
I did. Hang on, sir.
Mute the other one. Scott, on your end, sir.
Mute the other one. Scott, on your end, sir.
Broadcasting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, it happens.
Broadcasting at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Shush.
Absolutely, it happens. Shush.
Oh, shit.
And we lost him.
We have Scott's having a little bit of technical difficulties over there, but it is what it is. I'm asking for my GoPro next time I'm down. Yeah. But yeah, see, that's not fair though. I mean, to be honest, I got to walk around for probably 40 minutes at Slamology. The 40 minutes I got to walk around, it decided to fucking rain its ass off. So all the video I got from Billy's GoPro was all smudged and messed up because it kept fucking raining on me as I was walking through trying to get the video. I sit in the B2 video build. There was like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 others, and I'm not gonna go through here and name off names, whatever. But all the video that I got was really bad and fucked up because it rained so hard. Between me wiping it off or the rain actually hitting the lens, all the videos were messed up.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Years ago when it was just raining.
No, that was last year. That was last year with us.
Reminded me of like 3 or 4 years ago when it got real nasty.
Yeah, 2019, maybe? Was it 19? I can't remember. 18, 19, 17, I don't fucking know.
I think it was 18. And I remember I was looking at the forecast and I look at the Slamology website and they're like, under their rainouts and delays section, they're like rainouts.
Can you hear us now, Scott?
I can hear you,
Oh,
awesome. But my camera still doesn't work, and
it happens.
the Wi-Fi. I had to switch to another Wi-Fi on my laptop,
It
and then my
definitely happened, sir. So how are you doing tonight?
incognito.
How are you doing tonight, Scott?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Amazing. I personally, and I want to say there should be a million other people. I'm going to have to holler at you because I'm actually doing a new build, and I'm going to need a fabulous cock box from you. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Scott, right here. I mean, seriously, Scott, the man. I mean, they can't see who you are, and that kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that's a little annoying, but the amazing product that this guy puts out that half of you guys don't even know where it comes from. Between the cock boxes, between the all the bars, the pretty ass bars that this man makes and paints and puts time behind. I mean, seriously, let's be truthful. It's amazing.
He just got like a little rooster as a profile.
The cock box, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The cock box is the shit.
That was that all happened, gosh, over 10 years ago. I went to Daytona Beach. Spring Break Nationals when it was in its last of its heydays.
Yes, sir.
A guy named Jason Myers, because I had Scott Bowman Customs, SBC.
Yep.
Online, he would always say Scott Bowman's cock. When I got to Daytona one year, he took me over to his Explorer and had a big SBC sticker, which Robin Butler had made for him. And they were all laughing, and all I could focus on was who made this sticker, because it was Kyle Rutherford always made my stickers. But they were like, look, and underneath the SBC it said Scott Bowman's cock, and then the cock box. I was making
The cock
RCA
box.
history boxes.
Rest is history.
They all started calling it cock box.
I mean, seriously though, 2017, maybe 18. I hit up you. No, it was 16 because 15. It was 17. Sorry, that I got one for the minivan, and then 2019 I got one for the Nitro, and then probably next month I'm going to be hitting you up another one for the Tahoe that I'm building now. So I've steadily been coming to you for your products. The box is amazing.
Thank you.
I've had quite a few other. I'm not gonna say anybody else's names, but I've had other boxes and other products. After a while of getting beat the shit up and being pounded on, they fall apart. And I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody or anybody's product because I love everybody. But this man's product, I beat the dog shit out of. I mean, and I mean, I dead seriously mean. One time it was actually just hanging off the wall by the RCAs, and the box was literally, or the RCA box was just slamming against it, and was just like, bah, 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 bah. No issue. It's happened. Don't act like it's not happened before, Michael. It's happened in the Nitro. I was running and didn't realize it, and somebody came back and was like, "Hey, do you realize your cock box in the back is just swinging?" I was like, "No." And I went back there, and it was just in the back. It was just swinging. Every time the music hit, it was like boing, boing, boing.
Was it limp, or
Huh?
was it limp, just hanging there, flapping?
Just hanging there, and every time
Did it have a little bit of blood in there, and it was a little hard. And
I think there was just a little tiny bit, just a little bit, just
Half
because I'm
mass.
old. Half mass. There you go. That's the word I was just thinking. Look.
getting a hair trick.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some guys.
But I
out there
mean
now-
that in all seriousness, this man's products are amazing. Seriously, really, and I mean that pride and true. I beat the shit out of, and so many other people have as well, besides me. His products are amazing.
Marcus, the box we're talking about, it's an RCA splitter box, basically.
Yes.
You got it inside, and you've got all your
And the stripper poles. Don't forget about the stripper poles and all the braces and all the other shit. I mean, this man makes some amazing poles. Yes, I just said Scott makes some amazing, pretty poles. Oh.
So you got the cock box. Do you have poles, or call them the poles?
Gosh, there used to be a name. I had a name for them. I used to have Kyle making them. I used to have stickers I would put on them. They were called, God, what were they called? Somebody had gave me the idea and they'd said something. Oh, the blocker, the cock blocker was
The
I
cock
used- what I used to
blocker
call
with
them.
the stripper pole.
Just call
And
them
then
the
that faded away. But the first ones I made years ago, they were not pretty. They were rough. I still got some in my truck. They're pretty
What
permanent.
happens?
But
Miss-
you just evolve, and you just want to get better. It's kind of like looking at my truck. It's like you look at the inside of the box, and that's the same shell I made back in 2009. I think it was 8 or 9, and I've had 3 different setups. I just cut the baffles out, and I put something in there. It's the same MDF from years ago. It doesn't look pretty. I didn't even know I was going to have this truck as long as I didn't expect to have this truck and still have it. I got burned out. I wanted something besides an import car that I stuffed 1212s in. My last car was an 87 Nissan Sentra with 1212s, 12 BD 1500s, a big 4-channel all through. Rockford gave me a hell of a sponsorship when I was at Soundtronics back in the earlier 2000s. And I had 2 sponsored vehicles. I had also a sponsorship through Memphis. I had a Super Street 1-2. And I got burned out, bought a Jeep, lifted it, did that for a while. And then I wanted to get back into competing and stuff. And then the last shop I worked for, there was a 94 2-door Blazer sitting in the back of Sound Decisions with a bunch of trash inside of it, and they wouldn't sell it to me. And I was like, man, I just need something with a V8 with room. They said, well, we got a guy that's going to buy it. And I said, he ain't going to buy it. So they sold it to me, and I slowly, why I did a burp vehicle again, I don't know why. That didn't even make it out of my driveway. And then I did.
It's fun, though.
What's that?
I said it's fun just to be able to say I did it. I mean,
Yeah.
after a while, you get to the point where it's like, yeah, I've been there, I've done that, whatever, yada, 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 but I did it out of my driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did a
That right there is amazing. I did it out of my driveway.
I did a lot of really nice looking installs out my driveway. And, I was making good money at the shop I was working at the time before I got this truck. And so I bought a metal building, a kit, and the kit was really expensive. And then I ran out of money. The codes in this town, because we're in a hurricane, we're on the East Coast, and everything had to be hurricane rated. The concrete had to be, not a standard concrete. And then it just sat. The kit sat in the backyard for years. And then there was you'd see stuff on TV where people were getting their, the copper under their house taken. And I would get off work, and I swear it looked like
I remember
somebody-
that, Kyle.
What's up?
I remember that, Kyle. Look at you can't see the comments, can you?
Oh,
No?
yeah. Kyle was one of the first people that was making videos of me.
Mhm.
And
Kyle did some pretty amazing numbers with his extreme build with no door.
with no door.
With no door.
He's the
And it
unidor.
was unbelievable. Could you imagine what he would do if he actually put that door on and sealed it up? Seriously.
Destroy the door.
I want to know what the numbers are with the door on. And come on, Kyle, at least tell us something, because don't act like you don't know what the numbers are. He knows.
Everybody knows
He
what
spends
they do.
What's up,
Whether
Isaac?
say they don't or not.
Holler at that man right there. He's got some amazing wires for your charger and some other products that he's putting out. That's I bought 3 or 4 sets from him.
Yeah. Kyle says you're a
And absolutely
legendary.
Thank you, sir. I love you so much.
100%. I've been supporting this
Making
man
me
for
some
a while.
stickers. Actually,
Yes.
they sent me out some stickers today.
Yeah, I
With
remember
my little rooster.
the old brown note. Everybody was posting, videos about it. It became a trend at one point in time. JP has got insane amount of views of that thing. And
I remember just watching all the ridiculous amount of videos that Kyle and everybody else and Scott and everybody's have put out. And I'm like, wow, one day, just one day.
Isn't it amazing how things in my heyday, I guess, of that Blazer, and it's still got everything in it. It's still pretty loud. It's just not like 70s loud.
I mean, but I remember looking at watching that shit was like back in the day was like, oh my God, that's legendary. That's like baller status. right there, King Nemesis. Yeah. Who remembers Nemesis though? The old rebase music, Munchies for your bass. That was the shit. See, that's old school.
That was, I had the cassette tape of that.
The CD, the cassette, yeah. I love that shit.
There used to be a guy that his name, we called him, God, I can't remember his name. Anyway, he had a Nissan lowrider with a snug top. And he had 4 M&M Godfather 12s. I don't remember what he had. His name was Gary, Hairlip Gary. That was his name.
Hairlip Gary, yes.
Hairlip Gary. And I was working in Walmart, and he would play that cruising in front of Walmart, and I hear that boom, boom. The fact that I could hear it inside Walmart, and I was just like, oh my God, I had like 2 Rockford Series 112s and an 85 Escort hatchback.
As silly as it sounds,
like what he had.
I had somebody else in another video or another podcast to come in that had mentioned that same man's name. It was like Hairlip Gary, and that's why it sounded familiar when you said that. I apologize.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the late '80s and early '90s, going to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, cruising the strip. Oh man, it was just great. You can't even do that now. You can't even cruise the strip anymore. They'll pull you over. They'll write you a ticket. But times like that, you could go around places and cruise and play your music, and that just gets you pumped up because you want to have something like this. And
it was fun. It really was. I mean, it's weird, growing up in the early 90s, almost 2000s, like I did. It was pretty hard just hearing that old rebase music.
They had a acoustic audio, had a little meter that Sound Decisions had. Coast Car Stereo had a it was the audio control AC meter, and that was like the big meter. And if you did like in the 130s to maybe 140, you were somebody back in that time. And to see a 50 was like God status back in the early 90s.
Watching Mama Gates do that though was like,
she did that in 95, 96.
94.
And what's funny is when I was at Audio Express in 95, I think it was 95-ish, 96-ish, the PPI rep told us that her son went up to Mark Fukuda, which was the
You're
big...
showing your age here, Chris Box. Sorry.
Yeah, went up to Mark Fukuda and wanted to talk to him, and he was stuck up and blew him off. Well, he went back and told his mom, Elma Gates, Patrick did, and she came up to him and said, "You'll know who we are next year."
Yes.
And that's when we seen the Bronco do what it did. She hired a bunch of people. It was just crazy how you hear these little stories that are...
I've heard a lot of the backstories.
Like through the grapevine,
Yes, sir.
I have pictures of that truck from IASCA finals in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina in '97. I still
Well-
have pictures of that.
Sorry, I got to actually go do a huge walkthrough with Kicker, and I got to see some of the stuff that used to be in that vehicle, and got to hear a little bit of the backstory, and then I'm very strongly positive I know where that vehicle sits. I'm just gonna say that. And I'm not going to say anybody's name or nothing, but I'm just going to say I'm pretty strong. I know where that vehicle is sitting right now. Right now. Yeah.
One of the-
And it's missing a couple doors, but it's still sitting there.
To do what she did
Was
you know,
amazing.
I believe it was her. Well, before her, it was actually well, she shattered his score anyway, which was God knows it had a Terminator Blazer. Gosh, man, old age has got my memory screwed up.
all that shit.
Because I had to compete against what's his name in
I bet you do,
'95.
Kyle.
What was his name? Tim Maynard. Tim Maynard. Tim Maynard had a Terminator Blazer. I went to USAC regionals at the Dermill Temple in Columbia, South Carolina in '94, '95. I had my very first wall with W6JLs in a wall that was actually like JP's wall, the last one, not this previous one, where it was like kind of like a whatever. But when we seen this guy that had a steel windshield and a viewfinder in the like a little camera in the grill to get it
Bradley
off the
Wings.
trailer.
Yep.
We
Bradley
were in
Wings.
this guy's class and we drove this thing to the show, and he did like a 160.3, I think. I was like, we ain't never seen nothing like that. And I think it was like a year or two later, that's when Elma Gates came out and was like, just
Can you see the comments at all, Scott?
yes, I can now. Yes,
Oh, sorry. I wasn't
Brantley
sure.
Waits.
Yes.
Brantley Waits is really good friends with and I might still have the Auto Sound Security or Car Audio Magazine with him and Tom Hill, and I can't remember the third guy. They were on the cover. I follow Brantley also on Instagram. Brantley actually had
MySpace.
the last vehicles on the plane. He had the white Ford F350 or E350 van.
You had Michael.
Please, come on.
Yeah, we're all old. I had to let MySpace out there. That's why everybody laughed.
But you know what's funny is we didn't what's out there now on how to get loud. When I was in Jimmy, I don't know if you remember in the early '90s, and even to the
I was still a baby.
later '90s, the big guys, the loud guys, would cover their windshields or they'd cover their boxes with like a big towel or whatever.
Yes.
And if they had their door open and you walked up to peek in it, they would slam it in your face. They didn't want you to
They got
see
mad. They
what
did.
they
Their
had.
windows were so dark you couldn't see in through it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
couldn't see in through
No one
nothing.
would tell
And if
you
you catch the
anything.
peak,
It was like a secret, and then Facebook came out, and everybody's like, "Here's how I'm doing everything." You know,
Man,
back when I
well,
was coming along, no one wanted you to know how they did it. It was like people would sabotage you with bad information to try to.
yeah,
It's crazy how things have changed.
100%, 100. I agree with that. It was kind of funny though. I mean, it went from being like, don't look at my system, don't touch it, don't breathe on it. No, that's too close. Step back. Here, there are ropes. Don't pass these ropes.
Yes.
Please sit down in my vehicle. Here, this is what I have. This is how I wired it. This is what I did. This is what I can't do. And I bet you tap out. I mean, going from here to here is like so much totally different. It's beyond belief. It was fun though. I mean, watching all that, and hearing all these experiences. Michael told me a lot about some of these older experiences because he was then. Mike's old.
My hairline's old, but
Well,
I'm
gosh,
still young.
if someone had a Punch 150, a Lanzar 50C, or
Boy, the Punch 150s, though. I mean, but
You
the
know,
old
that was big time to me.
the old Phoenix Golds, though. The old Phoenix Gold 1000s. The gold ones, the white and gold Phoenix
Yes.
1000s.
like a suitcase.
Oh,
It was so big.
Yes, it was amazing, though. I mean, serious. I love that old shit.
It's just what we thought was loud, which was loud for the time, and all the myths that we, if you put Dynamat here, you'll gain. I'll never forget hearing you say, if you put Dynamat behind your door panel, you'll gain 3 dB or 3/10. All these myths that were so wrong, 25, 30
How much
years
money
ago
we spent.
was crazy.
I like how everybody's complaining about the price of equipment today. They don't
Oh my God.
know.
Boy.
I need to dig up a price sheet, or I still have a Rockford price sheet from mid 90s. I need to look that up and take some snapshots of it. When I worked at Audio Express, we had three different
It's in the
prices because we were one of the biggest Rockford dealers on the East Coast besides Freeman's. I don't know if Freeman's is still around. They probably are at the time, which Audio Express is now from 12, 15
I don't
stores.
think I
down
know
to
who
2.
Freeman's is.
But yeah,
Oh, see?
Yeah. A Punch 250, we would say it was $1 a watt. It was 22.5 per channel, but
$1
you
a
got
watt.
about 250. You get basically 250, so we tell people it's $1 a watt. And we would go in the back in the stock room, and they had burst sheets when they were actually legit burst sheets, not when Best Buy got a hold of everything and they all were like perfect. But we would go for our friends or our favorite customers to get the strongest amps out of the batch and sell it to them,
Yeah.
And it was really cool. It was funner to me back then because we were all trying. We were all trying back then. Everybody was trying something to get louder. It was the ear meter. No one could afford a $3,000 audio control meter.
Mm.
Sorry, I'm ramping off. I'm just.
No, you're fine.
all
Actually,
these things from years ago. I was in it, man.
Michael remembers all this stuff, though. He's back in that era.
Mike, where do you live?
I grew up around, but I wasn't like
He was in the early 70s. He remembers.
I was here. My sister's boyfriend, older sister's boyfriend, worked at a shop that he now owns, and I get around 2000, 2001, 2002, and I saw the industry then, but I didn't really fully get it because I'm young. I'm not as old like you guys, old guys, but no, it's the thing knows this. The shows different back then.
Your mic is cutting out a little bit, Mike. Your mic is cutting out, Mike.
Mike's mic is cutting out.
Mike's cutting out a little bit.
I don't know. Hopefully
Yeah.
not. See,
Not a whole bunch, just a little bit.
hopefully
Like every other word.
like that.
Pretty much, yeah. What the fuck? Chick, Mike, chick, chick. No, in all seriousness, I was born in the 70s, 1974. I'm an old man. I remember it.
I will trade places with you on that age.
Oh, you're older than that?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Don't tell nobody. Shit.
I'm not.
Michael's older than both of us.
Dude,
Oh
no,
my God. Well,
How
he's doing something right.
no.
old are you, Mike?
I'm 31.
Oh my God.
Hold on now. Come on. You stop lying, dude.
31.
Man, my kids will be
He's
26 and
lying.
27 this year.
Yeah.
Wait, am I 31?
He's such a liar. He's such a liar. Great year. That's right. Absolutely. 74 rules, baby.
1991, Jimmy.
You wasn't born in 91. You fucking liar. My daughter was born in 93. You're a liar, Mike.
Is she single?
Oh, snap.
I'm gonna stop.
Shut up.
Bro.
Michael's an asshole. Shut up, Michael.
Oh. Hey, shout out Unique Sounds. Minnesota boys. I told them they had to come in and say hi. I guess one of them.
Absolutely. I just want to say, to all you Minnesota guys, I know Base Wars left a nasty taste in your mouth, but this year it's going to be different. Michael Larson's going to put a couple shows up there for you guys, and I promise you, Michael Larson will be having 2 or 3 Base Wars shows in Minnesota this year. So if you don't have a Base Wars show in Minnesota, it's Michael Larson's fault because he has already committed to it and already said he would have at least 1 or 2 shows.
It doesn't
1 or 2 shows in Minnesota this year by Michael Larson. Hold on, Michael, you're breaking up. 1 or 2 shows in Minnesota this year by Michael Larson, I promise you, is going to happen. He said so. I know he did.
You're making my hair fall out, Jimmy.
You have no hair, so see, that means you're lying. So see, yes, Michael Larson, Base Wars. Yep, see?
Ow.
Base Wars. Michael Larson, 2 shows at least. If you guys promote it, put more shows on, make it so, bring the fun back to Michael Larson's lanes.
I like Jeffrey's comment. Anything over 40 hertz put a bad taste in my mouth.
53, you're going into the pro classes, biatch.
Man, 53 is too low for me. I don't know how Scott does his loan outs, but
It was an old bill. It was
Look, Michael Larson said he'll have that show for you, David. Look, Michael Larson said, look, he said yes. Look, he said contact him right now. Look, he told me he's having internet problems. He's like, contact me right now. So, yeah, he said call him right now.
MichaelLarson.com.
Yeah, Michael Larson, just call him. He said he'll have that show for you.
He's
I don't know, is it
25, he's
53,
single.
54, John? I don't know. I might be a little off. I was too busy blown away by Michael Larson saying that he was finally going to have them shows up there. And, he's just like, yes, please contact Michael Larson. Everybody in the Minnesota area, contact Michael Larson for the Base War show. Please. Everybody knows who he is. If not, contact his mom. She's loud as hell. And she'll
What's her
make
phone
him have
number?
a show. Linda Larson will make Michael Larson have shows. You're in trouble now.
I'm done. Okay. What do we say? Watch it.
No, in all honesty, though, it's all in good fun. We see, look, your mom was like, all right.
She's trying to tell you to calm down. You're trying to sleep.
Man. It hurt you, Jimmy. No, I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea. I don't know. I'm sure we could make a couple shows happen. I don't want to go back full time into judging.
Yes, he does. He loves you guys and he misses you guys. We had this conversation today. How Michael Larson misses everybody and loves everybody.
I've been hiding in the weeds.
Yes, he wants to come back and have fun and be in the shows. He wants to show you how loud his mom could be while he's judging the shows.
We already that caused enough problems.
It doesn't matter in Base Wars. You can run in the lanes and be the judge.
like people think it's like the old AC mics where I can dial up the efficiency on them, make her score go up. I'm sitting behind the term lab, like I'm just pushing a button. Gain 10.
Find the like Billy told me, find the person with the biggest mouth in the whole crowd that wants to run his mouth and say you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating. Make him run the term lab while you run the lanes, and he'll understand. You hit start, stop, start, stop. I mean, seriously.
That had been done in the past, especially when she was trying to go for records. I'd be like, I'm just gonna stand over here, and I just grab somebody in the crowd, like, here you go, push the go button. If anybody wants to, assume anything going on, like, there's the car. But I don't know. If anybody's got a problem with me at that, at this point about that kind of stuff, it's just whatever.
Yeah, Mike's mom's louder than him.
She is.
We all know that. Absolutely.
She is. Yeah,
100%.
I mean,
And we're all from his mom.
first one's on the floor. I need to those. We'll bring another build out this year, something different. Mom says she's got to get louder, so.
I've been trying diligently to get Michael and his mom and,
You've been
quite a
trying.
few of the Minnesota guys and quite a few of everybody to bring their ass back out and to get loud again. Because Michael said that nobody could beat him in the lanes and he was just done with it.
No.
He said that he was like, that's why I had to become a judge. And he was like, I'm going to be a Base Wars judge this year because no one's loud in your lanes.
Bruh, I'm going to just hit that. He knows exactly what's going on.
No, I'm beyond laughing. So far laughing. No, it's not.
You said grab the loudest guy in the crowd. And I'm like, all right, Paul's running the term lab then. Paul's like, man, I'm going to shut up. Oh. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, I had to get a digital gauge cluster. I mean, but people, the way I've been seeing these videos now, I'm sure. I don't know how all these other people's gauge clusters are surviving. I had to get something that didn't have moving parts, and knock on wood, it's held up.
You don't have 50 hertz.
It's weird. I could play 25 hertz when I had Nightshade V3s, got Nightshade 4s, and my frequency shot up to 29, 30 hertz as the lowest. Even though when I did that truck, it was a different era and I was going for numbers, so music was a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
But
You find a couple of them vehicles that, I want to say, is built for a number vehicle, and in the end, you get lucky and it actually plays music, or a music vehicle that actually plays good at numbers. And it's rare, don't get me wrong, but it happens every once in a great while.
yeah, truck's been through a lot. It is when it rains, I have standing water. I have a leaf blower if I want to drive it. I drive it a lot, and I got to blow the water out of the floorboards.
Man.
You can weld all day long, but it's gonna break. It's gonna break around unless you plate it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't got time, and I ain't got the motivation to do anything like that anymore.
Imagine that thing with an extreme cabin.
With
What's that?
what?
With an extreme cabin.
Oh, okay. That'd be pretty nasty, actually, to be able to see that thing, which I'm pretty sure I know which one he's talking about. With an extreme cabin, that would be nasty.
Yeah.
Very nasty.
Run it like Kyle too, and leave your door open. Take the door off.
Take the door off, yeah. Just like,
I sat in at Ruckus this past year. I sat in Will Holt's Jeep, and he had steel plated the dash and all that, made a dash, did the windshield, And man, that thing was violent.
We-
Nothing flexed up front. It was just like
But if
reflecting
you
off your body.
I want to say when it comes to Will though, it was probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago, with that Jeep that he had. That was the nasty Jeep.
Was it when he had the no wall?
No,
With the
it was the wall. It was the wall about 4 or 5 years ago. That Jeep was just stupid. I don't know how else to say it, but it hurt people. It was nasty. And I want to say it had like 912s in there. And it was a flat wall, but
Yeah.
that thing was nasty. It hurt people. Kyle said that's the same Jeep. Okay, yeah. But I mean, he had to reinforce the whole top of the damn thing with steel upon steel upon steel upon steel because he just kept ripping everything. That
Yeah,
thing,
you replaced the whole top of the old Jeep.
yeah.
That's
There wasn't a
gutsy, man.
top of it, yeah. But yeah, I think it was nasty. Sorry.
But for Kyle, the latest thing that I had a hand in was that's loud. That's out there now. Would be Chris Lee's van. I put about over 500 feet of steel in there, and we worked out a deal. Chris and his crew worked on my house. I worked on the van at first. Chris would come down and help me sometimes, but he has taken it to a level now.
Was yeah.
Him and Rick and Justin Haddock and all them had really made that van. I don't sit in it anymore. Not like it is now.
I sat in the door.
No more. I won't
That's
sit in
about as
Kyle's
far as
either.
I got into the door. I was like,
Kyle's, I
I'm
won't
sitting
sit
right
in
here.
either. I'll sit in the door, the unidor, the one that's missing, but I'm not going to get in the hot seat side of it.
Man,
Mine's bad enough for me as it is, and theirs is way louder than what I've got. So
Technology started to closer I got, or like
but
off.
I've got a Tahoe I'm working on. I've had for a
Paul's
while.
got
I
a
just don't
nasty
have
one.
time to work on it, but
Have you
This
seen
guy-
Paul Mace's yet, Scott?
what's up?
Have you been in Paul Macer?
Paul Nacer. Sounds very familiar.
He's got a Tahoe. That thing is just stupid. What'd you
It's
say,
an
Michael?
04 because I have
Tahoe.
an 04 here, and I have two 04s waiting, and it'll probably be 30,000 before I can even get done with these things.
20, 30,000. Yeah.
I just my online stuff. That just I'd spend every day working on stuff for online, and I just don't. I'm trying to get where I'm not. I'm trying to get done doing big builds because I just can't dedicate time to it. My body hurts. I just don't have the. I'm just been burned out. It's great when you finish it or when you finish a section of it.
Paul Macer's
It's
Tahoe
just
is hospitalized too.
It's just like I've got a roof right now in two sections. It's got steel. Took the sunroof out and all that stuff, and I actually took this vehicle from another shop because it sat, and it's kind of a nightmare. There's a few people that seen it, but I'm having to go back and fix stuff, think how they thought, fix it, and then go ahead with it. But anyway, I put steel. There's steel, so I've got a two-piece roof that's fiberglass and molded, and I have plexi and stuff. I'll probably get Jared to do my logos in the plexi. But it'll be it's all Crossfire. The XT4 15s, 16 days.
I guess it's T3s.
And then the guy in Russia did the doors, did an awesome job. That guy's incredible. That guy's really good. I hate messing with stuff.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but what are they saying? What's going on in here?
That was from my show that I had up here in my neck. He hopped in Paul's Tahoe. And, Not real good.
There's not many people that can sit in that Tahoe now. I mean, now what he has, it's all steel.
Yeah.
Complete steel enclosure, steel, everything. It's all steel. I can't even say from the B pillar, everything, the whole dash, it's all steel. The whole fucking vehicle is steel.
Yeah, and nothing moves but you.
Yes.
You're the
Yes.
part that takes it all, you know.
And it hurts.
It's
It
crazy.
fucking hurts.
Yes.
Hold on. So from the B pillar forward, it's all steel.
You're doing it backwards, Paul.
I know, right? What the fuck? If you guys would see this vehicle, it's like Mad Max style. The way that the front of the vehicle is all just like
It's got a really old school looking extreme front.
Mad Max shit. Like old school Mad Max. Beyond the Thunderdome, Mad Max shit.
Mhm.
I
Bro.
promise you, if you seen it, you would understand. You would understand.
Person after person all day, like, and then they completely different. Like they're not having a good time.
How do you post a video?
I don't think you can.
Post a video. Hold on, Paul. Look. I'm just gonna do one better. Huh?
Maybe can screen share it or
All right. Let's see.
man, he replacing the oh, he's like, hey, is there any place around here I can get a window? The junkyard grabbed a window, slapped that thing, went right.
Child. Oh shit.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard though.
Screwdrivers don't take it on windows. That's all.
Kyle, send me something. Send me a link. Oh wait. Shit. I bet. We're gonna invite everybody. Fuck it.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Come on.
For those of you wondering, it's snowing real good right now outside,
Where?
out in mini Canada.
Wow, really? Seriously?
Yeah, here it just switched over.
Well,
Coming down.
it's today was 52, I believe. 55. I'm sorry.
We got up to like 38. It's warm.
We got weird weather. Like Thursday is going to be 72, and then the next day is going to be in the 50s, and then it'll be in the 40s. And
I sent it to you, Kyle. Sorry, a couple of people. I sent you on Paul as well, so let's go. I can join like 12 people. Bring them all.
Let's go.
Let's go.
gangbang.com.
How long now? We ain't going that
We
far.
can make a new term to have like fill up this whole screen with little cubes of people called the gang.
Gefilte fish. Gefilte fish.
The old man hour.
Hold on now.
I'm the peanut gallery
Space
guy
Wars
on this,
after hours.
After hours.
Yeah,
We've been there. Trust me.
He's
Space
like-
Wars after hours.
Billy's not going to be there, so we can't get in trouble.
All right. You hang on. I gotta go peace. So you guys talk for a minute. Base Wars after hours. Hey, invite Kyle. Can you do that, Michael?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh shit. I will when I come back. You guys.
He just disappears. He just bails on us.
Now you're all by yourself. You're just hearing this other guy talking from the wall.
Yep. So what's the deal with the build? It's just sitting out back right now? You haven't messed with it in a while?
No, I have. I get so busy with online orders
Yeah.
that it's hard to dedicate time to that. And they knew that,
Yeah.
or the customer did, but I've really been working on it lately. It's just a lot of work when you're fiberglassing upside down
Mm-hmm.
and you're doing, I've done some roofs, but I've never done a B pillar roof, like from front to back.
Yeah.
And it's huge and it's very heavy. and you test fit and you unbolt it and you have to get it out of the truck and your back sucks and you're trying to get it out, you do a little bit of mods, then you put it back up there. It's not like a panel that you can just walk over to and casually take on and off.
Yep. And it's 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Like 8 months out of the year out there for you guys, it seems like.
Yeah, and I have a shop, but it's just not big enough I wish it was big enough to where I could have a vehicle totally separate and I could just walk over through a door and work on it instead of it. If I have it inside, which I can put a vehicle inside, I just have nowhere to cut or really do a lot. It all depends, but I accumulate junk. So I have, I still have some Russian birch left, which I'm keeping every little scrap since we can't get that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And just stuff, stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I got a couple pieces of that here. I'm sorry, I didn't realize my mic was still muted. I was like, me, look at me. No. I got a couple pieces of the old Russian birch though. And everybody's like, why don't you use that? I can't. It's so expensive. Not on your dumb box.
Stupid expensive. Then it started coming down, and now we can't get any more.
Right. That's truth right there. You can't get the true Russian birch no more.
No.
Not unless you're Vladimir. And maybe we get Vladimir in here. Maybe he can answer that. Vladimir. Everybody hit up Vladimir.
Well, through the grapevine, I don't remember the guy's name, but I was told they could probably have us shipped, but we'd have to order like 1,000 sheets.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of wood.
And
Michael Larson can pay for that, though. He's got the money. He's a baller up there. He works 24 hours a day.
Good. I'm about to work again with all the snow coming down.
Yeah.
Shut your dirty mouth. Stop cussing. Look, I will remove you. Look, we won't even talk to you. Shut up. Stop cussing on my podcast.
He removed you.
I hate You just like this. Shut up. Don't say that cuss word on my lip. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be like no.
God, you're all right.
What's that? I can't hear you. Hello.
Someone was asking if you were from Minnesota.
Who, me?
He's from Minnesota.
No.
Don't you know?
Scott's not from Minnesota. Are you from Minnesota, Scott?
No, I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina.
I thought it was North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm sorry.
I'm like 4.5, 5 hours from Kyle.
Yeah.
And Sundown.
Yeah. Since you.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Now let's see that match build. Come on, it's been like 10 minutes.
I also make, which I haven't made a lot of them because they're time consuming, and I make a lot of RCA boxes, and I kind of at times don't want to make them. But I make custom radio pods. I don't know if any of you guys seen those.
Hey, I'm just gonna call you out right here.
Oh, sure.
I want a custom one for my double din. I want a double din media player custom, like hang behind my neck, just like the towel right there, made by Scott.
I'm making one like that, like I made for Jeremy King, where he had a strap and it had a swivel.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I don't want
some-
nothing that extravagant. I want to hold a double din.
I want to get rid of my double din. I'm sick of holding on to a poster every time I want to run my system.
I want a nice, badass double din umbilical cord, just like on point.
I'm getting ready.
I don't know how else to say it, but on point.
I'll just be sitting there on my iPad running everything pretty soon.
Remember the wait a minute, like 2 years ago when Paul Nacer had
Look at those
this
love
screen.
handles.
Shut up. I will remove you. I kid you. No. No. Paul Nacer had this screen right there mounted on the back side of his Tahoe. You would just flip it around and he was like, pick your own song
Mm-hmm.
on a
That's
20-inch
huge.
screen. He said, wow, you hurt my feelings. Wow, you call me fat.
That's a huge screen. Gosh, man. I remember doing when flat screens started becoming a thing in the late 90s, early 2000s. We were taking home TV flat screens for some of the local pharmaceutical reps, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we would have to get these wall mounts and make a bracket in the roof that would hold these, like a 20-inch TV, which was like a 70-inch nowadays. Like
I
wedged between the
Still
ceiling.
don't have a power cord for that, Paul. Mister, I got
Crazy.
more. I got that TV from him like 2 years ago and still don't have a power cord for it. Sorry.
The TV screens were a big thing at one point. Man, well, we probably 2 days, but like putting a Nintendo 64 in a car. That was like one of the first weird, like big installs. People don't do that anymore. I don't see that. That's not like a cool flex anymore. Putting a gaming system in your car.
Exactly. The first dash I did was an Eclipse. I still have pictures of it where I did a PlayStation 2. I took out the airbag and fiberglass the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And then he worked at the Buick dealership where they did Bound and Down, I think it was. That was done in my town, but he painted it there. And then I did a Camaro that I did the same thing with the PlayStation 2 and then a couple monitors and whatnot. And that was big time. Now you probably get laughed at. I don't know. You know, a 7-inch monitor was like, woo,
Yeah.
big time.
Not no more. They got like 12 and 14. I think Billy's truck actually has like a 14-inch fucking long screen monitor in that shit.
Yeah, because Billy's old school.
No, I'm talking about his new Dodge Ram. The
Yeah.
new pickup truck that he has. That shit's on point.
Oh, the factory screen. What are you putting aftermarket in? Big monster.
It's factory, sir.
Got that Tesla screen.
Yeah, I'm serious. That bitch is like this. I was like, what the fuck? That
Yeah.
was the whole purpose I got my truck was because of his. I was like,
I-
come on, be fancy. And then I got that truck and they was like, you get this. I was like, what about the big one? They said 20 grand more. I was like, okay, I'll take this one.
When the 350Zs first came out,
I'll take this one. No. This one.
I put headrest TVs in a 350Z when they first came out. And we were like, why do you want TVs? There's no back seat. He goes, I want everybody behind me to see they have TVs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That used to be.
I've seen it way too many times before.
Yeah.
It's fun like that, though. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. We gotta get people putting screens back in their rides.
What's that?
So we gotta get people putting screens back in their rides again.
Playing
Oh,
porn at the stoplights.
What's that, bro? I got a 32-inch in my dash.
And it spins.
it's like rotating like this.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know. Seriously, they don't understand.
The struggle.
You know,
Oh, I do have a bad.
what you need to be doing if you want to volunteer people to do shows, you should be volunteering this guy Adam in the comments. He looks like a prime candidate to be doing something.
You're cutting out a little bit on your. Speak into the microphone.
What I do though.
There you go. See, right there. Now
Hey,
see that.
Have anything to do with this thing cutting out?
What Adam's talking about was an Eclipse it would fold out. It only come out, then you had to grab it and turn it. Flip
Flip
it
it
up.
around. Yeah, you had to flip it manual like that.
Do you know how many screens I've seen that Mad Girlfriends had like literally broke or broke the gears or were hanging by the ribbon cable? I don't know what happened to these girlfriends after they did that, but because them things were like $2,000 back in the day,
Yep.
you know, and
Boy,
in the beginning, in the very first in the late 90s, it was $2,000 for an Alpine flip out. Then you paid $2,000 for the DVD player. Then you paid $2,000 some dollars for the navigation, and people were buying them like hotcakes. And then fast forward years later, then you can buy a double din that did everything for $300-$400.
Yeah, and the technology hasn't changed since, though.
It's
I
just crazy.
And I'm like, why is the technology so behind on things? The screens are crap. They're slow. You know, they're not responsive at all to touch, all of that. I'm like, what happened to the? Because I know that the tsunami that hit over in Asia really messed up the head unit industry over there, but we haven't had a whole lot of advanced screen stuff over the years. Like we got phones that are dirt cheap. Like you can go buy like a $50 phone at Walmart. And it's got a better screen that's more responsive than some of these, $1,000.
Yeah, I mean,
Kyle.
you're right, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Where the head unit industry just kind of stopped and we've just been coasting. I mean, there's some decent stuff out there, but it hasn't come along as much as some of the other parts of the automotive industries have in the last 10, 15 years.
So, on another note, this show right here that I have posted,
Yeah.
I think don't miss it. I really honestly think that we're going to have some pretty big names and it's going to be a fun show. It really honestly is. It's going to be a weekend show and it's going to be a fun show. Don't miss out on it. I mean, if it's close enough, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, don't miss it. Trust me, it's going to be worth the drive.
It's about 8 hours for me. I guess I got to miss it.
Yeah, you shut up and bring your ass down. I don't want to hear it. But I mean, seriously, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 2-day event.
How about 2 events in 2 days for those of us?
What? 2 events in 2 days. Damn it, that's hard though. You gonna pay for them trophies for like 2 or 3, 4 days?
I got like 80 more in the other side of the room. We'll just reuse these. We'll cross
All
up.
Bring them.
We'll write in base force.
I could do that. I couldn't do that to people. I wouldn't. No, absolutely not. But I don't know. Maybe stop it, Michael.
Adam, the only thing I do is sleep. Man, I wish I could even sleep for 8 hours.
Oh, look at that. Y'all,
Yeah.
What's up? How y'all doing?
wonderful. How are you, sir?
All right.
The myth, the man, the legend, Clippo is
No,
in
Scott. Where's Scott at? Scott.
I'm the peanut gallery. I'm a ghost.
You're a ghost, dude. We're gonna have to set you a GoFundMe for this guy's internet, guys.
It would be pretty cool to see you guys come down to this show. I know it's a little bit of ways, but
Yeah.
it's going to be a 2-day show, and there's some big names coming down here.
Well,
It's
we'll
like a
have
2 days.
to Lex
Drew-
and pick up
Drew's
Scott.
going to be down here. Bobby's going to be down here. Steven's supposed to be down here. There's supposed to be some pretty big name people down here, and I think, hopefully, if it pans out to be the way that Super Dave's putting it out, and we're all putting it out to be, it's going to be an amazing show.
Well, good, man. I'm pretty excited. I know we got a lot of things for 2023. I'm not here to take the spotlight away from Scott. I just want to join because you left and Scott's in the dark, and you know, I'm just trying to. Oh,
Look, he's a man. I'm done. Look. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. So Cool. I was trying to get things organized. We had a big mess here at my house. We had some water lines through the ceiling up here in my basement, and I've just been dealing with all that stuff. So I was trying to get everything situated so it looks a little decent for everybody. But thanks for having me on. Like I said, I'm here to help, I guess, talk about what's going on and see how Scott's doing. I know Scott's kind of one of those guys you see him once in a while. When you do see him, it's always a pleasure to talk to Scott.
Like,
he has so much knowledge. He has so much knowledge behind what he's doing. He actually has his hands on a lot of bills that a lot of people don't know. He's mentioned Chris Lee, and there's a few more people that I do know that has his hands in and stuff like that. So it's kind of exciting to know.
He had the world's loudest nitro under his belt.
See, there you go.
That was from me, not from Drew. That was from Jimmy.
Shit.
I still have that title, Drew. World's loudest nitro is by Jimmy.
So cool. I don't know what I missed, but
Sorry.
I think Scott's sleeping.
No, I'm here.
It's
Just
9:16,
listening, y'all.
Scott. You ain't got to play. We know.
It's 8:16 here. Hold on now. Come on, y'all. Wake up. I'm ordering all of you guys. I
The
don't want to
camera's
hear
not
that.
on because I'm here with no clothes on, talking to you guys,
I was gonna
sipping on some drinks.
making the connection issues. Oh, it's not.
Nice. Well, cool.
So, I mean, how's everything going for you, Clip?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
I don't want to go on the back end of it unless you want to go on the back end, but I mean, how's everything going?
Everything's going great. I mean, if you're talking about like car audio in general, as far as business wise, everything's going well. Every business has its ups and downs, and a lot of businesses go through like that growing pain. So we're experiencing a lot of growing pains right now, but what comes after that, it's a lot of growth. So I don't own or I'm just an employee for Audio Apex. So if you see me posting stuff, I get it all the time. Everybody asks me for discounts. Everybody asks me about their order number. Your best bet is to actually contact us at Audio Apex, and that way we can all look at your order. So listen, one instance, if you message me about your order or something like that, I could be sick, and one of the other guys needs to look up your information and kind of backdate the whole conversation, but they can't go in my personal account. So that's why, not being rude, that's just the business thing to do. But anyway.
If you want to support him and everybody else, pay retail. I mean, seriously.
Right.
They're not making any money by giving you a discount. And I'm not trying to be rude or be an ass by that, but
we help people out. You buy in bulk, stuff like that, of course. But this is kind of what keeps the business alive. So, but yep. I was going to bring up the fact that I remember when I first started, kind of really getting into bass. I remember always seeing Scott and Jared, and there's some other guys on Team Nemesis. They were always like the dream team. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like your dream team of dudes that you always go and see at all the car shows, and everybody's lined up. I mean, I've got Scott's signature, I've got Jared's signature, some of the other Nemesis guys, of course. Every single one of those guys was one of the heavy hitters back in the day, and just they've got a lot of history behind them. And it's just amazing because some of these new people don't know that history, and luckily we've got a few videos to show back in the day how well known they were, even though Scott doesn't think he was well known, but he's a really well known dude. So he's very, very humble. So
I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm just trying to pay bills.
I've been very fortunate to know a lot of people like Scott and like you, Kyle, and like Michael, and just a lot of people in the industry that you guys are very humble, and I don't know how else to say, but you guys are very humble, and the industry appreciates you and appreciates what you guys do for us. And I'm probably like, hello, yeah, in the back of it, but still, I mean, seriously, we really honestly appreciate what you guys have done for us.
Hey.
And without you guys, we wouldn't be here because I'm a little baby and I'm just waking up to this industry.
You just a little baby.
Yeah.
Seven.
But I mean, seriously, it's a lot of the blood, sweat, tears that a lot of people back in the early 80s, 90s, I mean, just all the way up has put into this industry to make it what it is.
Right.
And a lot of people has forgot who did what they did, and I know that's not perfect English, and I'm just going who did what they did, but I'm just going to spit it out and say it. Damn it! But we appreciate you, seriously. We really do.
I mean, I'm just your ordinary. just play music, man. I'm not nothing to boast over.
You shut up, Chris. We're not famous enough for you to come on our show. You go on with Drew and all them because I've asked you for a long time to come on Base Wars, but Galen and Bobby and Drew and everybody asked you, and you're over there. But go on, yeah. So we don't want to start that. Anyways,
He's making music.
jerk face.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, it's been fun. It's been a long ride. I've seen some of the silliest, craziest shit, but some of the most amazing shit in my lifetime. Just watching what I've watched.
It's definitely a
I
wild.
couldn't afford to see and do half the things if it's not been from some amazing friends and family. And I appreciate that, but it's been fun.
It's definitely a wild ride for sure.
Fun. Yes, sir.
Well,
Absolutely.
I mean, I know when I first started, there's a lot of demo builds and stuff like that, but you didn't have nothing to the extent that we have now. It seems as if once I started extreming my demo rig, you've seen a lot of people start doing it because they didn't really want to get in the lanes. They're just trying to stop all that damage. I've said it time and time before, I wish I could go back to where I had seats in my car and I had a stock cabin, only being because I enjoyed the experience giving the demo to the person getting the demo. Don't get me wrong, I love my truck. I'm not downing it. I enjoy the experience with the person. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but
I mean, the funny part about everything, and I don't mean to be rude, and I'm sorry, but if I'm not sitting back having the fun, and beyond the person that's sitting in the passenger seat, if it's not fun for me, it's not fun for anybody.
right.
Regardless of how loud or how not loud or whatever, it's all about just the experience.
Indeed.
No, invested in it. It's not like you can just go build something else now. Like that's your build. Like that's your baby. Oh,
Well,
hold on. Don't make me do it.
tell the next one.
Damn
Takes.
it.
Oh
Damn
my
it.
gosh.
That was the wrong one. Hold on. Damn it. I wish I could
It
figure it out.
happens.
I'm trying to go right here.
wait.
There you go. Right there. Well, all right. Well,
Wait, do you know something I don't know?
I don't know. You tell me.
As I said before, I've got a new demo. Welcome AT&T. I have a demo build coming up soon. I've been working with a few manufacturers, and they're going to do a lot of sponsorship for the vehicle. I'm not really going to release all the names and stuff like that, but I do have a new demo build coming out. Flippo is.
That I think some of us might have seen before.
Say it again.
Is it a big black vehicle that some of us might have seen before?
No. So
Will it
that
have both front doors? Sorry, go ahead, man.
From both front doors. It'll try to be stock as far as Super Street front end and whatnot. But the big black van that's actually Audio Apex's van. They when they purchased Audio Apex or Car Audio Bargain from Sundown, they acquired that with the business. But we just put stuff in there to represent Audio Apex. So that's what that build is. But I have fun with that. We took that to Ruckus Show and we ripped the whole roof off. I mean, not the whole roof off, but it was a big old crack up there, probably about that long. So it's definitely one of those to be demoed with the doors open but not off. So, but yep, I do have a demo build coming up. So I'm hoping to do some YouTube videos to track the progress of the actual build and stuff like that. I would like to do a little bit better showing the progress of it than I did in the Clippo, because the Clippo, 1 minute you see stock cabin, next minute you see steel cage, and then there's no doors. So it was kind of one of those things. I kind of have to learn how to do that process. Big shout out to EXO, because he does go through the whole process, but it takes a long time to do all the editing that he does. But I might do something like Sundown Unofficial, where he just kind of does a one-shot video, and that's what you get. So, but, hey,
Hold on. But
take me off the big screen. I feel awkward.
no, but
You're
you're
on stage,
amazing.
you're on stage, baby.
But you're amazing.
My hands.
The Dow.
Scott, you have to say something once in a while, man. I'm worried about you here.
Oh man, I'm just enjoying listening to you guys talk.
Lord mercy.
You can't see me.
Hey, Ronnie, how's it going, man? I can't see none of the comments. Let me look at that.
We got the big boys in the house. I
Hello,
mean, for
Ronnie.
sure.
Christopher.
I can't see some of the comments that are coming through your guys' personal page, which really sucks, but that's pretty badass.
My brother one did.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's going to happen eventually.
We're getting dangerously close to people, or somebody, I should say, not people, somebody getting really hurt in one of these
Yeah.
demos.
Yeah. Chris Lee, definitely. I would not sit in that thing, man. Y'all are crazy.
Bro, I got in Carlos's van 2 years ago at CES or whatever. It might have been SEMA then at the showdown, and he didn't even turn it up. And I was just like sitting in an extreme vehicle on the other side of the console. Like,
Right. That thing is amazing, man. I want to sit. I don't want to sit in it, but I like to be near it.
I
Just
want to
to
sit
hear
in
it.
yours.
And then Greg Corbin's.
Corbin, yes.
He's on my bucket list, man. Just to even be near that vehicle, just because you see it everywhere on Facebook and stuff like that, and he daily drives that thing. That's just amazing.
He ran in Base Wars.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That I want to say it's the loudest daily driven in Base Wars.
that's crazy.
That's pretty.
Be the
That's
loud.
an amazing score. And I want to say that's the loudest daily driven ever.
And the tallest, too.
Ever. I mean,
And
seriously. Well, and the tallest. But I mean, seriously, when it comes right down to it, how many people can truthfully say that they daily drive their vehicle and mean that? Because from what Travis says, he drives that shit a lot.
I'm sure.
A lot. Like probably 3, 4, 5 times a week.
And once again, you're talking about one of the loudest driving demo builds back in the day, right there, Scott
Well,
Bowman.
Scott, yeah, I mean,
I have never seen Scott's truck on a trailer. Every show that he comes to, he's drove it. I've seen him in Virginia.
look.
Just
Look at
everywhere.
this. Carlos.
Yeah. What's up, Carlos? Oh,
Look.
he's got clothes on.
Man.
What's up, Scott? We can see you.
You are the man, sir. He's like,
I'm on my phone, but I can't hear nobody. This is just not a good situation here.
yeah, let me help you out there, sir. I love you and appreciate you, but I'm not gonna do that to you.
Lord mercy.
But we got Carlos Rodriguez in the house. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
The myth, the man, the legend right there. I mean, seriously.
Oh,
You want to get hurt, sit in that vehicle.
Right. No, I'm good.
And God forbid if he actually closes it up.
Right.
Bro.
And he demos it too. So that's even better.
Yes.
yeah.
And
Bad's gonna have these extreme builds get a demo. It's a
I've
matter.
gotten quite a few of them, but I know my limits. I mean, seriously, haven't tapped very many times, but in that same sense, I'm not sitting at Carlos. I'm not sitting at Phillips. I'm not sitting in Clippos. Well, I'll sit in Clippos if he has the door open or off.
To
Off.
be very honest
If
with
the
you,
door is
Yeah.
off, I'm sitting in there. Yeah.
well, to be very honest with you, it's not that bad at all. I mean, you'd actually have to climb over the console and get like into a little shoebox, and it
Like Chris
it wouldn't make
Lee's
sense.
vehicle.
You're not getting that 180 dB unless you're putting your head over there by the window. But all in all, it's still a great demo. So
Really, Keith? Sealed up? See, I guarantee you won't sealed up. When he shuts the door and puts the bolts in and seals it up, you won't take that. I promise you. No.
I wonder how much it changes. Like, because I know if you even put like a 12 by 12 box inside my cabin when we were testing, it dropped the score drastically. I wonder how much, if there's much of a, I guess a cabin, from your body being in there, if it changes it much in Carlos's or, other ones, because I know mine is horribly bad.
Peter on
Oh, so Jimmy Pittman, you just admitted you have tapped out after you said,
yeah.
no, I haven't tapped out. I know better. There's a difference. There's a difference right there. No, Joe has made me tap out, and I think one more person has made me tap out. But I'm not stupid. No, it was I want to say the Russian wind machine. Ivan got me in there and closed it up and bolted it shut. It was like, you're going to tap. I said, oh, hell no.
If that's waiting, it's talking. Get in.
No, but there's been a couple of vehicles that has tapped me out. Yeah, and I'm not stupid. I'm not the clue. I'm not going to go, you're not that tap me out.
180 dB.
I know better. It's
There was
but it's no thank you.
and I don't know which extreme.
Stop it, you guys.
I'm just waiting for that to happen to somebody.
What was it, like 2019? I think I had Dan Current. Me and Dan were running around just getting demos at Vegas. I got him to sit in Philip's vehicle. I got him to crawl over the wall. Over Philip Carbros. This is what you guys know what I'm talking about. Philip Car. But over his wall.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Philip
Scarborough or whatever, however you pronounce his name. And
he's got a van, a pretty awesome van. I think he runs Crossfire, correct?
He did back then, yes, sir.
Okay.
But he bolted the door shut with Dan in there because I might have influenced him a little bit. It was like, Dave's laughing at you. And he was like, oh, is he? Dan was like, he got that oh shit, like help. Help.
Oh.
But it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of really was.
I don't want to be heard, man. Like, loud's loud. I appreciate loud. When it gets to the point where it's uncomfortable, where it's like it's a challenge just to stay in there, that's where I draw the line.
Right. Yeah. Majority of the time, everybody tries to tap me out when I get in there. I'm like, that's just not my deal. I don't know. It's just
I like it low.
About 26, 24, 26, 38 in that area. I like that.
Oh, give them the highs. You heard them.
Hurt me with the low notes. I mean, just anything below 30. Anything below 30 at no matter what decibels, just hit me.
Right.
I'm good. I don't care if it's below 30. Hit me with it. I like it. I'm a glutton for punishment. I know it, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, trying to keep up with some of these comments in here.
Where are your comments at? Because I'm trying to find some so I can look at them. answer some questions.
Which
Computer.
what are you on, the computer, laptop,
I'm
phone?
on my pad,
Tilted sideways?
tilted sideways. I mean, I see him, but the last person I see talk had comment was Chris Fountain.
Chris Valentine, just
Yeah.
let it sit there for a minute because you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 behind after that. But you got to let it sit there before it refreshes and catches up.
Okay.
All right. The last one was this one. The Russian wind machine hurt me. I'm not gonna lie.
Jake Kennan wants to know what you think ZV6s versus the compact V3s.
In Clippo?
Yeah.
I like the sound of the ZV6s versus the compact V3s. Keep in mind, those were the very first compact V3s that were pretty much to the public at the same time. Chris Munson is actually the one that built them, of course. He actually had to use some coils, cut them down just to get them to work. I don't know all the specifics, but they worked fine. I did launch a few of the Spiders. Spiders were launched at the show. Keep in mind, at that time, the box was one solid enclosure, so there was no dividing between them. When I did have the ZV6s in there before then, they had individual chambers. But I prefer the individual chambers, but we've already ripped them all out just for that weekend. Now I'm stuck with the one big chamber again, but I do have the ZV6s. I'm going to stay back in there. But 100% ZV6s, I mean, unless you're chasing numbers, I would stick with ZV6s. Wait for the ZV7s to come out, though. I've heard a lot of good stories from Fuller about the ZV7s. You definitely want to check those out. But, yep.
How far are they off in numbers, the ZV6s and the V3?
Say it again.
How far number-wise?
They weren't that far off. It was probably like 2 to 3 dB. But that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
I know when we had the ZV6s in there, I think we had, what do we have in there? Cat 45 per ZV6.
Cat 45, yes, sir.
And then when we did the compacts, we did Assault 12K per 2 compacts. So there's a lot of money dumped into that just for that weekend, just to pull that number off. And we ended up taking it all out the next week and getting rid of it all. So
Is that a Rise thing that you went to the bigger amps, or?
yeah. We weren't really using much power when we were doing the 12Ks. I forget what exactly, because it just seems like we build for one weekend, one show, and then rip it out. So I can't keep. I don't jot any of this down.
The money that man has.
Yeah, I just kind of know how, what I'm happy with as far as when we actually play it. But yeah, so far the ZV6s have been awesome. I would definitely just recommend those. I know. Yeah.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Well, I mean, I started off with
baller, look.
No, I started off with
every weekend.
ZV4s, traded them in, and just did the whole Sundown thing. You go to Sundown and they treat you well. As long as you promote their products, they're happy that you're doing positive promotion. So they'll help you out pretty much. You can't just run their product for 3 months and then turn around and run another brand and then come back and say, hey, I'll do this for you. It's kind of like a loyalty type deal. But Clippo's known for Sundown Audio, and we've put Cab Audio in there, of course, to actually promote our business or their business. So
I still have 2 Cab red 2Ks upstairs with Nathan and Christopher Munson's signature on them.
Yeah.
Brand new in the box. Never been run.
Those amps are really nice. Everybody keeps asking us about when we're going to bring those back, but
I have the only ones that ever been signed by Christopher and Nathan. Jimmy has them. Yep, that's me right there, upstairs, brand new in the box.
So, but yep, ZV6s were the best. I know when I did some videos and pictures of Steve Duncan's SDDNs, everybody was like going crazy, man. Those SDDNs are really nice. They're
very limited run though.
I think he's only doing 500 of those. So I know a lot of people that are trying to get up to, I guess, buy a couple of them
out by doing the limited run on them.
Yep. They were doing limited run of those. And
I said, do you not agree with you? I think he's missing out by doing a limited run.
not really. Only being because it kind of puts more. I gotta have it. You know, I
But the
don't.
number's so small. Maybe let me say that. The number's so small.
Oh yeah. I mean,
You got to have Steven Duncan's money to get them subs. I mean, we know why the subs were named that, but I mean, we all don't have Steven's money. We want the subs.
Well, nowadays, I mean, you can finance anything you want. I actually had a customer call us over here, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just cashing out my 401, and I want to go ahead and get some audio." I was like, "Bro, okay, let's go."
I'm cashing out my 401k. I'm signing over my house, but can I have 2 of Steven Duncan's 12s?
Steven Duncan's puts a lot of work in, man. With all those the construction, he just
Boy.
that truck that he got was
That new truck is the shit.
definitely cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with the price of lumber going up. I mean, everybody's still got to have that fence, I guess, or deck or whatnot. But you know, hard work and his work ethic, and definitely all his knowledge and what he does. It's pretty cool just to see someone that starts out with a small business and growing to that size is pretty cool. And just to watch him kind of stay in car audio, because some people, they'll get to the point where they're like, I don't have time for it, but he's still in it. And that's pretty cool.
Steve, his family, and his wife. I mean, his wife's a school teacher. You know, I mean, she's an amazing woman. His kids are phenomenal. You know, it's just the whole family. It's an amazing family.
I feel pretty bad because Steve actually came down to the first Ruckus show this past year, and you know, he had the van playing. I believe he played possibly 1 or 2 demos, and then he had issues from just right from there. He just was kind of bummed the whole weekend, which kind of sucked because I was really hoping that he'd get a good vibe from the show, and hopefully he still did. But just to see that he traveled that far just to be let down by some equipment. I believe it was like an alternator bracket or something like that, or a tensioner or something, and then he, of course, blew us up or something.
Well, Steven's a friend and a teammate of mine because I'm on Team Notorious with Steven, Drew, and all them. You know, all the loud people. I begged to get on there for years, and they was like, "Shut up! Finally, enough's enough. Just put this damn guy on there. Shut up." He's the low guy. He licks my dirt off my subs. But I mean, seriously, a bunch of amazing guys, and Steven, he's put money. That poor guy has put thousands upon thousands of dollars, and he deserves to be where he's at.
Right.
I mean, seriously. And everybody doesn't understand all the time, the effort, the money, and you know, just all that it takes to be where he's at.
Yeah.
They see it in the limelight, and they're like, "Oh, Steven." But behind the scenes, what Steven put there to be where Steven's at.
Right.
And he's amazing. It is what it is.
Yeah, he's a great dude. We got a chance to hang out with him after the Ruckus show. We Matt Brown got a Airbnb, and he was over there, and pretty cool stories and stuff like that.
They're all crazy. Drew, Matt, Steven, you know, it's pretty amazing. I thought Scott was coming in, but he
This is night time.
No. Well, he came back in and it said video not enabled, but no, sir. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to jump in here because I seen you had left, and then Scott was blank. I was like, I've got to.
Okay, if that's what it takes, I'll leave, and you'll stay.
To try to take Scott's place. I just wanted to talk to Scott, but he's already left. It was funny because Scott was one of my main first customers for when I started doing decals back in the day and T-shirts like that. And I was just kind of like reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to start this business up. Would you accept possibly some free decals and stuff to promote my company?" And ever since then, he's always been a great customer and a great friend at that. I mean, can't never complain about when Scott's always around. He's always has something to say nice about it. So
I want to say I think my shirts that are all in the back room were done from you. All my Teammate Loud shirts.
Possibly, yep. I do. I used to do all the Teammate Loud stuff.
I was
Kind
there.
of had to stop doing a few things just because of the whole situation at home and stuff like that. But we're back up and running. We've got a few things in the works to have an actual storefront soon. So that will be opening up so my wife can actually get back to work and stuff like that. But good.
Well, see, I would give you love, but you don't give me none. Anyways, no, we appreciate it. I mean, seriously, I know you guys are busy as hell, and thank you all. Paul, fucking Carlos, Jeffrey, I mean, you, Clippo, the man.
No,
the man.
I'm just
And Michael. We all know Michael, allow your mom to be loud this year. Michael Larson's mom is going to be loud this year in Base Wars. Base Wars. Michael Larson's mom is taking over the trunk build. She's calling out Jason Lucas. That's what I heard.
I don't know. I don't know. See.
Huh?
See. It might be with the trunk car, might be with, but I want to get back out and compete again. I've been so busy with life. I'll go to a show and then I'll be like, man, that was fun. I should do that again sometime. And then weeks or months go by. I'm like, hey, I should go to another show. That'd be fun. We should do that. And I used to eat, sleep, breathe audio, spend 12, 15, 16 hours in the shop, go to shows almost every weekend. I got so burnt out. And I quit audio.
How many worthless, stupid fucking nights have I watched you and Chris?
Yeah.
You and Chris just sit on that stupid couch in your fucking shop.
Yep.
And who would sit on the toilet first, and who would break it, and who was going to have DoorDash come, and oh my God, just the stupid shit that would go back in the day on your guys' video. But I watched it. I did watch it, though, faithfully. That's fucked up.
700 views. Who the hell was watching this? I
Dumbass
want to watch
me.
It's like, what are you guys? Are you really that bored on Wednesday nights?
Somebody went in Walmart and just turned all the TVs on and all the laptops on and just let it run.
I mean, it was there. It really was. It was just stupid shit. I mean, just watching it, it was funny as hell. I mean, just the banner between Michael and fucking Chris was just, it was stupid.
Seinfeld, show about nothing. And that was pretty much our thing. Like, hey, what do you want to talk about today? I don't know. Turn on the damn camera. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Until he got to, who broke my fucking toilet? You broke my fucking toilet again. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, are we going to talk about speakers tonight? No, bro. We're going to talk about Chinese food. I want Chinese food. People be in there like, hey, what kind of coils do I want to build in my ZV5s? And I'm like, I don't know, man, bro. We're talking about Chinese food. You're like, you want shrimp fried rice or chicken fried rice? Man, no, it was good times, but I got so burnt out, like literally just living in my shop, and then instead of going home at night, hey, let's live stream until Facebook shuts us off.
Yeah, I mean, tonight is my 150. 150, baby, 150. And I'm spending it with you.
150 live, huh?
That's because I love Michael and Kyle. That's right there. Billy actually had to be with his family tonight, and I hope everything's going better. And everything, it's probably going to be a couple weeks before Billy's back, just realistic. But we love you, Billy, and appreciate you for what you do and support us. But, yeah. And then we got, look. You wait until the end of the show to come and say hi. Really? I mean, how rude. You shut up, Paul. Really?
I thought 150 was your age.
You're an ass. So, next Monday, Michael, who, what, where?
We're going to be live with Chris Rust, DJ Rusticles.
No, he's not coming live. I've asked him like 12 million times to come live with me. The only
Oh,
person he goes live with is Drew. You know,
What's the
I'm
point?
his I'm
You
his
pulled
number
Drew
one
in.
I'm his number one fan, but he doesn't go live with me. So, you know, he loves Drew better than me. I understand.
now next week there'll be more drama and car audio, and we could just.
If it ain't that, it'll be another one of those. What's that whole meme going around with that officer? Jeez.
That girl.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
I couldn't even imagine, you know.
I mean, I think I would have
I would look.
The world gets.
I think the only thing to save her is a face tattoo, just to change it up or something.
Boy, OMG, that was bad. I mean, seriously. What's up, Ryan? How are you, sir?
People will be seeing her out in public in a couple years, and be like, "Do I know you? What?"
Right.
Wasn't you that
Or her children would be like, "Hey, why is there a meme of you?"
real? Not like the cops.
What's up, Ryan? How's it going, dude?
What I do?
Mike, see, right there. That's it right there.
I'm not singing, bro.
Yes, that's it. No, you have to sing. You have to bring out the.
So we should go live in Russ's garage, and he should be his new build he's working on. But that's still a super top secret. All over the internet.
Oh man.
He's doing it the opposite way of how Nazar's is set up. His whole damn enclosure is steel.
Shit.
Steel cage, steel plate, all that. Like, that thing's gonna be nasty. And he's like all excited. He's like, man, it's gonna be stupid loud stock cabin. I'm like, everybody starts stupid loud stock cabin until you ruin the cabin.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm done.
So
Yep.
he's like ending this
Done.
like Soundcheck posted those videos of them deadening the Terra, and they're just like throwing sheets in there with the torch. That's what Russ is doing right now. I'm like, man, that's really gonna suck when you rip that thing to all hell, and you got to turn that thing into an extreme cabin.
Right.
Oh.
And then you got to figure a way to get it to tow it.
Yeah.
You don't want to put on some lawn and garden trailer neither.
No, right. Done. Just like stupid. No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, he's so invested in this thing. He went out and got it so that he could tow it, and he's gonna buy a trailer, and he's put like an absolutely insane amount of money in this build. Like, usually people, when they have a build this big, they work their way up it for years. But Chris just all of a sudden one day is like, done with audio, bye, sells all his shit. Now he's buying everything back. Like, buying equipment, buying tools. He's got to go buy another Term Lab. Like, he's starting over from the beginning.
Jesus.
Deep out the gate. I'm like, man, it must be nice with all that rebase.
He must have a chicken farm selling chicken eggs.
Bro, yeah.
Seriously.
Like,
Sorry.
so insane. The price of eggs right now, like, you know how much it
Oh.
costs?
Yeah, it's like $7 for 12.
Bro, those chicken farms, they're making bank right now.
Right. And we had the biggest chicken in here, Scott.
Carlos is like, ha
Yeah,
Boss. The big farmer himself. Paul's like, hit me up. I got you.
Paul
Hey.
was at
We don't call Paul a big farmer for nothing. He
No,
really,
he's-
truthfully is a pig farmer. That's what he does for a living.
we had
That's why his build smells like
Paul-
pig shit.
bunch of like pork chops and fresh meat and everything, right? Like, it's we call it a barbecue based meat, and like everybody chipped in, and we legitimately sat there and grilled. Paul's
Yes.
got all the food, and I'm like, man, Paul, these pork chops are really good. He's like, you want to know the pig's name?
But he was dead serious by that.
with them.
Fine, like, Piggy, you taste good. I don't want to know your name. That's a little.
That's why they taste so good, because you're getting down and personal with the pigs.
Yep. You want to know its name? I'm like, no, I don't want to know its damn name.
Oh, Lord mercy.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Bro, yeah, Paul will hook you up at a show and be like, hey, man, we're bringing a grill. We got to bring something.
Paul's the man. We're gonna have another show or two, hopefully out his way this year, and he brings it. Trust me, when he brings it, he brings like the whole pig, the farmer, the grill, the cook, and it's like everybody all day, the whole weekend, off this same pig and just eat.
That pigs they're not
Break-
small.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Seriously, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I'll check when you're done.
What do you say?
Cholesterol checked when you're done.
Right.
No, there's no cholesterol. It's done.
Bro.
Fuck all that shit.
So, Jimmy, there's a show that I'm hosting in March in Greenville, North Carolina, at the fairgrounds. I believe we've got y'all down, or we're trying to get y'all down. Or someone.
Will you invite me?
I mean, I can invite you if you want.
Invite me. I'll try to make it happen. When's it? North Carolina when?
It's in I believe it's the second weekend in March.
Yeah, we'll still have on the ground still.
Yeah. Hit me up. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I don't know who the I guess the judges are in our area, in that area, whatever. But just to let you know, I'll send it to you so we can get that set up.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah, we're just doing one at the beginning of the year. This is just myself, 252 Customs, and Empire. He's the one that painted my truck, Clippo. We're all just doing a show in the Eastern NC, and then of course Ruckus shows at the end of the year. That's totally different. But so.
And then
Of course, you'll be out there at Ruckus Show. I'm gonna pull you over here.
It's happening. Yes, I'm going to be at Ruckus Show this year. I promise you, one way or another, I'm coming. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You never know what you get. You might get snow. You might get rain. You might get cold winds. You might get a beautiful day.
It's gonna snow where I'm at, but I'm coming to you from the warm weather. Hopefully.
We gotta get Mike down here too, Mike.
Bro, man.
Come on, Michael. You drive me.
I'm not driving. I'll say that.
Shit.
I don't know. Chamberlain out here a couple of years ago, he's like, Slam's about the halfway point between your house and my house.
Wow.
Slamology is a long enough drive for me. Like, I'm not going to get
It's only 7.5 hours for me.
Oh, man, I'm halfway there. Woo!
Man.
Slam is 7.5 hours. Okay, Jim, I'm coming.
There you go, Jim.
All right. Let me know. I'm down.
I'd like to get out there, though. Every year, like
Jim's St. Louis is 3.5 hours for me. So I'm down. I'll make that happen.
On the other side of the state, like complete polar opposite side.
Yeah, it is. It's like done. Done.
Well, we'll just catch up at Slam this year. I know we'll be out there. What is it? Slamology Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this year, or is it just the weekend again? I heard somebody said it was Friday.
Well,
I don't think
announcement
on it yet, but I think that's what it's supposed to be. The dates are.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm gonna bring my camper and stay in the trailer park across the road.
Yeah, they'd have 2 dates listed, and it'd be like the Saturday, Sunday date, but everybody knew there was Friday, like vendor check-in and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
A few of their advertisements on 3 days, Friday.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I know they mentioned last year they were talking about. Denise was mentioning like, yeah, I think we're gonna try to make it bigger because people that haven't been, like, if you're watching this and you haven't been to Slamology, like, make the trip out. Like, this is by far the biggest show that you'd ever gone to if you haven't been to Slam.
Bring an umbrella.
Seriously.
Bring an umbrella. Not because of the rain, because of the sun.
Yeah. No, you gotta bring an umbrella. You gotta bring a canoe. Like 20.
I mean, seriously.
Like that.
It's gonna rain. It's going to burn your ass off, or it's going to be right here in the middle. You don't know.
So you've got until June to develop an umbrella company and set up a booth there. So only umbrellas. That's what you have to name it.
Man, no, I mean, Slam's it though. Like and usually the weather's good. Usually it's. There were some years, like my first year there, it was like horribly hot and the air was just not moving at all. And here we all like walking around on blacktop, like.
Yeah, no, very. And if it does rain, the humidity from the asphalt is just stinging.
I got you.
So.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited here at Slam. The last time I saw it was when you first kind of like got everything pieced together, and like Chris was like gate matching amps in the parking lot or something. Like, at Slam.
Slamology this year was amazing, but different. And the only reason why I say that is because Base Wars was at Slamology this year, and runs we had like I want to say 196 for the weekend, but reruns and all we had over like almost 300 runs for the whole weekend.
Wow, nice.
So between the judges and Billy and everybody that was there, I think I had 45 minutes over the whole weekend to walk out, say hi, bye, and then I'm right back to the tent. And then 45 minutes it rained, and it was miserable. So I walked out. I tried to go around. I tried to get demos. I tried to say hi to everybody, but it kept raining so much. Everybody's like, "Fuck you, Jimmy. Get out of my way." And I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back over to my tent." And I walked back over and I sit down. But I mean, in all seriousness, it was amazing, but it sucked.
Yeah.
And I don't know how else to say that. It was amazing from Base Wars to be where we were and the love and support that we got from you guys. And that was amazing and real.
Yeah, there was definitely a line. I drove over there or walked over there just to get Clippo in there, and you guys were like booked up. I mean, there was a line, and I was like, I'll just come back. And I believe you or somebody came over there and told me, hey, if you want to go ahead and do it, bring it on over there. So I drove it over there. So
we got you. We had to stop it for a couple of people like you. But I mean, it was humbling. I don't know how else to say it. Me and Billy and Jordan and the other judges that were there, it was all humbling.
It was a good time, that's for sure. I know your guys down there that were doing the judging, they were sweating their asses off. Big time.
I've got to run claps and everything like some other organization.
Right.
Well, you add that extra layer of complexity to it, but
we had 6 different tents set up there, and I'm not talking small tents. They were like our tents,
10 by 20s.
10 by 20s. Yes, there were 6 10 by 20s set up there, and we had stations and we were rolling it. It was all day.
They were set up like a Chick-fil-A, man.
In and out all fucking day long. It was amazing. It really was. Jordan, my wife, Billy, Melissa, everybody else that I'm forgetting. Just you guys were amazing. And
I'm just gonna. I'm too busy for that. So don't be volunteering me for no more shows, especially in the.
No, you're too busy with all the Minnesota shows you're having this year.
I don't know if you were watching at the beginning of the stream. He's like volunteering me, like, "Hey,
he's got 3 or 4 Minnesota shows this year. He's already promised them.
He was time stamping it. He was making sure that it was pronounced properly.
Yeah, no.
Michael Larson, Minnesota this year. Please holler at him.
Hey, I don't
if you don't know his number, contact me later. I'll give you his personal cell phone number. I have it. I promise you. You and Mama Larson's number. I got that too. She's the loudest woman in SBL to this day. Mama Larson.
How about that? Yeah.
Lord mercy.
Sorry, I couldn't help that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited for Slam. I know I've seen some people like the Slam Crunch is like Andrew Showers posted the other day, like the Slam Crunch is on. And I was that's like what are you doing?
I still got 6 months before Slam. Shit, My build's ripped apart right now.
Bro,
It's gutted.
Man, I still got
Gutted. I have nothing in my Tahoe. Nothing.
Dude, Andrew's build, Andrew Showers, the B2 bourbon,
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Like you look at it and then you think about the time, just the detail. I mean, dude, that build is amazing. Andrew's awesome, dude. He like goes out of his way just to talk to me, give me extra demos and stuff like that. It's just he's a great person. Just
Andrew's
phenomenal
amazing.
build, man. It's just like I want to do that, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, that's a lot of time, man. That's
A lot of time
that's a
and
lot
effort.
of time. I mean, just the wiring in the back and the
No
just
sleep.
everything about that whole build is that's quality. That's a very nice build, and it promotes his company really well, man. It's just awesome build.
What's interesting, gone to a show in Minnesota. It's an hour away from me right now. And none of these local guys have any clue that bourbon is sitting here sleeping in a shop. I'm like,
Holy
legit.
crap!
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael can see that like every day.
No, it's not worth his time to bring it to a local show. I'm like, bro, bring it out.
Yeah, that build's on its own level, man, for sure.
Yeah, he's like pulling the thing over to like surf and Sky High Barbecue and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, you have not brought it out to a single Minnesota show. What are you doing? Because like our scene's been just slow off, and there's not a lot of big guys. And I think that a lot of it's been kind of dying down because, like, I know when I first started out, I was like really idolizing the big guys. You know?
It's because Michael Larson has not had a Minnesota show like he's going to have 4 of them this year. Base Wars, Minnesota, Michael Larson, right now. I've called him out. Oh, yeah. Base Wars, Minnesota. Michael Larson, 4 of them.
Drive to
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Jimmy? I'll make a T-shirt that shut up, Jimmy, and I'm just gonna wear it. I'll get my heat press going, just like.
Yeah.
Base Wars, Minnesota.
No, Jesus Christ. But yeah, man. I think when was the last show I seen that? I think it was Slamology. Yeah, it was Slamology where I've seen this truck at. Overall, it sounded great, man. It was an awesome demo. Definitely.
Rack or something in the back. Maybe he already redid it. I don't know, but he was talking about pulling amps out of there, and I want to say I saw pictures of it with like he took like a full stack of amplifiers out.
Yeah.
I mean, he had so much crap crammed back there. He had no airflow whatsoever. Like
Oh,
only
yeah.
back there all day with the amps on. And stuff.
Yeah. It's just it's so much into that build, man. It's like everything has its place, and it's like if one thing's off, I don't know. It's mesmerizing, pretty much. But
Imagine like
Very
Barn have-
nasty.
doing all of that stuff. Like, oh man, you got it all in there. I don't know. It's nice to see the complexity of stuff like that, but then you think about it, and it's like, what if something breaks and you don't know what it is that broke?
right. And then I don't know. I don't recall how his amps are laid out, but if it's that third amp from the bottom, it's
He
like
does, though. I mean, you think about all the time and the meticulous hours that he has in it. He knows exactly what wire goes to what amplifier to what sub to just. He doesn't have to mark it because he knows exactly what wire goes where.
I don't know about you, Mike, but I'd be like, did I tighten that last Allen screw on that bus bar? You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. There's some times where I'm just like, let me second guess myself, and I'll go back and like, thank God I went and looked at it because it wasn't as tight as it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Andrew's got all his stuff together. Plenty.
Andrew's amazing. He's
Everything in, like, all right,
Right.
you got to leave, Friday night at this time or Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And put a whole new build in your ride. Like, that's when things get kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're driving there and you're thinking about it and you're like, did I hook that alternator up? Did I do this? Did I do that? Like,
Right.
you get to finals and have to rebuild your whole alternator because it's not charging and you knew better. That's me. That's me. With the nitro, that was me.
I remember I was driving to a show in like the middle of North Dakota with Chris Russ. And we get there, and right as we're pulling up, he goes, wait a second. He had just put new amps in his build. He's like, I sit on my amps flat. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I literally set all of the settings flat, minus the gain.
Oh man.
All sorts of messed up. He's like, I wonder how much I left on the table. And he's sitting there in the parking lot, like setting everything. It's always that last minute thing. Like, all right, I got to get this upgrade done before this show. I got to do this. That. And then you're like driving, you're thinking about it. You're like, man, what did I miss? And sometimes you don't know until something.
But did I do this? Did I do this? Or wait, fuck,
Yeah.
what about this? Or
Settings on the radio. You didn't have the settings on the radio right, or just some random stuff.
was my sub level down at 3, or was it -4, or was it negative? Or oh my god, where was I?
Now, I always do the stupidest thing. I was driving back from a show like I was like September or October, and it starts getting cooler out. I'm like, man, why is my car acting weird? And I got the voltage controller turned up in there. Like, why is my car acting weird? And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I pull over on the side of the road, and I'm like looking at everything, and I'm checking my voltage. I'm like, damn, this car doesn't like 16 volts.
You not even yeah. There's plenty of times I don't even have a voltmeter in my car. I'm like, it's cool, it's good. And then you turn off the amps, and of course they don't turn up past 18 volts. When I had the I think the SHC 3500s, you're like, well, apparently the voltage is too high, so the amps are not turning on. That's back in the day when you're not really not too much knowledgeable of why stuff is not working, and then you figure out after you break it a few times why it's not working. So we all been there.
You guys, like, why is it every time that you hear somebody's got a problem, you're like, I know what it is, it's this. They're like, how do you, like, bro, because I made all the mistakes, and I like racked my brain up for hours, like, cars do this really weird, nobody knows what it is. Be like, bro, it's this.
So we've reached that awkward stage where I have 2 questions for all you viewers that know anything about me or Billy with Base Wars. And these are going to be 2-year memberships given away in Base Wars. What was Billy's first show? And I'm going to give you guys 45 minutes to answer this question.
45 minutes?
Sorry. Yeah. Or maybe. We'll see. I'm going to give you guys a little bit to answer these questions. I should have answered or asked these a little bit ago. But what was Billy's first show with Base Wars? And what was my first show with Base Wars? If anybody can truthfully answer these questions, we're going to give you a year's free membership to Base Wars.
Here, I got to answer.
I'll just say, text me the answers because I need this.
Man, come on, be truthful. Don't look up. That's why
I can't see no comments, so let me.
I was looking at that's on my iPad, and then
4 to 5 minutes, not 45 minutes. Sorry, no, 4 to 5. Yes,
45.
yes, Jeffrey. 4 to 5, not
That's why
45.
I'm like 45 minutes.
4 to 5. 4 to 5. Hold on. It's 9:13. I need that by. We'll give you 9:15.
It's 10:13 here.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
14.
I'm not eligible for this.
No, you and Michael are not.
oh, come on.
You
act
guys
we're-
don't need this. You guys are famous.
Man, I send it to you.
David, he said I need that 45 seconds.
What-
Really? Come
Paid
on.
actors. Hashtag paid actors. Oh, man.
But what are you really getting paid?
Huh? I get paid when I go to work.
Not for me.
Oh, let's see.
No, seriously.
There, man. I don't know what it's like in North Carolina.
You was wrong. That's not
It's
it.
cold right now, man. It's not like you're cold, but it's cold to us over here. It's like, dare I say, 35 degrees.
Oh, you're colder than me actually right now, which is pretty unheard of.
Yeah. Last year at this time, it was snowing. In my Facebook memories, it was snowing.
You want to relive that? Let me just turn you and punch you out the window here.
I'm good, homie. Y'all can keep that mess. I think it's awesome, but if you could, like, the kids could go out there and play with it, and then next day it'd be back normal, that'd be great. But
No, that'd be fantastic.
how long does it snow throughout the year for y'all? Like half the year? Or?
We can get our first
Or
snow
him or me.
like October, but it doesn't usually like stick around until like late November, early December. It's usually out by the end of March. But I mean, my first show that I ever hosted for Midwest SPL, it was on.
Paul, I think actually you're wrong.
And May 5th in a week.
I know you're wrong, actually, but
The end of April, and I was like, bro, it's in a parking lot. There's not going to be any room for cars. But yeah, I mean, usually it's like December, January, February, March. Like you can count on snow being on the ground, and then right after is kind of a hit.
Sorry, Wally, not it.
October. It doesn't start up until May.
Wow.
Short, show season. I see everybody out there having shows and like in the winter, winter.
Yeah.
Like, damn, we couldn't get anybody to show up because with our luck, like it's always like you always get the rain the day that the show's good.
All right, guys, you got till 9:30. I'm going to extend it just a little bit longer. 9:30. What was Billy's first show that he had with Base Wars, and what was my first show that I had with Base Wars in Kansas City area? I'm not going to tell you the time or the date. Look at Clippo trying to look.
Mate, oh no. I'm trying to get some questions up here because I don't want to kill it live. I just want to talk to some people. Make sure we keep.
I'm not trying to kill it either. We keep it going.
Hey, whoever wants membership to Base Wars, shoot me a message. I'll give you the answer. I shouldn't say that. I'd be like, ding, ding, ding. I need a membership. Man, I got to buy a membership. I can't compete. Jimmy, I can't compete in Base Wars.
No, you can't.
I can't.
I know the answer, and you guys can quit texting me as well as Melissa. We're not going to answer it.
There we go.
Billy's first show and my first show. You will get a full year membership with Base Wars if you can answer them questions correctly. Either one. Billy or Jimmy's first year.
Come on, Wally. You tried.
He was close.
Wally's North Carolina. I'm rooting for my North Carolina boys.
No, he was close, but not close enough. It is 9:18. We have till 9:30 my time.
I'm getting messages now. I shouldn't open my damn mouth. Not even going to open them until I'm done. Ain't happening.
Come on, you guys can.
So how much Clippo for since you're done with it? It's just used,
When are you going to put the door back on it and seal it up and actually hit the big numbers?
That door went last, man. I'm telling you. That door is just a shell. I mean, we ain't beefing up on it. I had to try to keep it as light as possible so we could take it on and off. I really wanted to do one of those kits on it where it folds and it folds into the front fender. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'd have to
slide.
do a lot of body work. Not body work. I'd have to take the fender off. And what's his name? Oh, man, there's a guy. I totally forgot his name. He has a Hurst. He has a Hurst, and he's done that to his Hurst. That thing's wicked, man. I forget his name.
Where it comes out and then it slides forward, or
No,
where it comes out and lifts and slides.
So it's a hinge. It's a double hinge on one hinge. So it folds out open, and then it folds again. Kind of like a extended cab does on the back of a truck.
Wow. It's out and then out. Wow.
Oh, man, I forgot that guy's name. He's made his own brackets and everything. He's a real cool cat. Dang, I forgot his name. He's got a SPL Hurst. It's from the best I remember. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, they fold out flat to the fender like you're a full degree door.
Yep.
Open 90. It doesn't open like straight. It opens all the way.
all the way around back to the door because it's got that double hinge, just like an extended cab door.
Okay.
But that's what I should do, so I don't have to keep taking the door off and worry about messing up the paint and stuff like that. But
I know, yeah.
so
You got this.
if anything, Jimmy, I'll make the door where it does that, and then make it where the window can roll up and down, so I can do demos with, not the door completely sealed. It'll be closed, but with the window open.
You just
So-
got an armored door.
I'll sit in it. I'll sit in it. I'll take that beating just a little bit.
It'll be fun. It'll be
Actual function, and
Yeah.
then you can.
There you go. Yes. I need to figure out how to stop splitting my doors behind.
Yep, that's the best solution. Just open them both up. Make sure your tuning's good.
I mean, it was kind of funny because not that I'm in anybody's league, but when I got the vehicle that I got, everybody was like, why do you keep leaving the doors open? Because I know if I leave the doors open, I'm not going to split the cabin apart.
Right.
I'm not going to split the doors apart. I'm not going to rip everything. They're like, it's louder with it shut. I know. And I understand that. But by me leaving it open, I'm saving the vehicle.
Yeah, we have a teammate on Ruckus. His name is Chop Gibbs, and he's got a bourbon, and he goes through doors ridiculously, but he doesn't. He rather replace them because it's fun to see. But I mean, I guess
Yes.
if you got to hook up on doors and stuff, if you can, like Matt Brown, he's got. Believe he can get doors pretty cheap because he knows a guy at the salvage yard and he buys a lot of doors from him. So
Matt's an amazing guy. If you have not talked to Matt, I love him. And that smile, that fucking me and Matt talk.
Did you see when Matt was dressed up as the KFC guy for Halloween one year?
Yes.
The Colonel.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Matt, his wife, and just everybody. They're all amazing people. They really honestly are. He's great
Jimmy,
people.
4 to 5 minutes.
What?
You got your answer?
No, nobody. I mean, seriously. And I'm not going to give away them questions.
I'll take a membership. Kyle can have a membership.
There we go. We'll do 50-50. All I need is half.
Maybe next week, maybe 151, because nobody can.
Already.
Wow, seriously. What was Billy's first show that he had? What was my first show I had? It's not that hard, seriously. Billy's maybe, yes. Mine, no.
Well, it's questionable on Jimmy because it kind of like transformed from like a meet and greet, show thing until it turned into like baseball, how it is today.
It was never a meet and greet, though. That's where you're wrong. It was always base wars from the get-go.
But not structured how it is now.
Always. Yes, sir. The very first time I had the tent, I had everything except for the sound system. That's where you're wrong. I never came in half-assed. I was never Midwest SPL.
I remember I'm sitting at finals one year and I'm judging and I see this guy walking around with Jimmy. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? And
right, Super Dave.
Guys are walking around too. So I'm thinking, maybe this is like a kicker rep or something. Like, Kip's, his strange brother-in-law or something. He brought him with. Kip's walking around with Jimmy and everything. Who the hell is this guy? And all of a sudden, like, they make an announcement not too long after that Jimmy's coming on. I'm like, damn, like he didn't come ask me. He didn't say nothing. He asked Jimmy, what the hell?
I wouldn't go that far now. Come on now.
Raining, and then it started freezing raining. Now it's snowing. We got like an inch and a half. It's all ice. Nothing but ice.
No, it was not loud and clear.
Ice because it was too warm.
Well, that's kind of obvious, sir.
What's up, Aaron? How's it going, dude?
Had they let you be a Midwest judge, who knows what would have happened, Jimmy? Like how history played itself out. Mm-hmm. They messed up.
It is what it is, It is what it is. Base Wars is, Midwest is, it is what it is.
Base Wars far when?
We need to do a background check on that, Brian.
For win. For win. You guys are wrong and stop it. Just stop it, stop it, stop it. Kyle, if you don't.
Ooh.
Wow. I mean, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I guess he's talking about Adam as a friend on Facebook. I can't really can't do that while I'm live.
Sure, that's what he's talking about.
Job it. Asking for bro. Oh man. So what's the deal on these?
I mean, close, yes, it was, but what was the actual show? I didn't want to know what year I joined. What was the show?
Well, he's figuring that out. Kyle, is there an ETA yet on the amplifiers?
On the 25s and 22s?
The 22, yeah.
I haven't heard anything, man. I'm trying my best to get answers because as being the face of Cab, I get all the attention as far as everybody asking me. It kind of comes with the territory. It just kind of sucks because I'm kind of in limbo. You know, I don't know when they're going to be in, but trust me, if I knew, I would be like, this is the date. So
yeah. No, I feel it. I mean, I dabbled in the manufacturing side of things like 7 years ago, and I know how it works. And people don't realize too, especially this time of year overseas, depending on where the build house is located. I mean, yeah, actually, all of those countries, though, they take a lot.
Pensacola.
And those ports are and manufacturing parts. You know, all the shortages happen like they are over here, and so you know,
exactly right.
No,
other ones, but,
that was close, but no.
But no, I've seen people every like probably once a week or every couple of days. I'll see somebody like, "Hey, where are those amps? How come they're not?
Why are you keeping them away from us?
Why'd you pull them off? Did they discontinued, bro? Because they're not here. That's why."
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, we had the Cab 45s and the Cab 22s on the website still, and for some odd reason, the inventory, somebody put one in stock. It happens sometimes, but I don't know if somebody was watching as a hawk, but they ordered it, so I'm just like, geez. So we had to, we had a few for warranty issues, and I honored it because I don't want to be that guy, but you know what I mean? So it's just one of those. That's why I took them off the website because
what are you gonna do if I power mine up and it doesn't work?
We have reboards and stuff like that, I believe.
Mine's brand new in the box.
Oh, you're good.
It's like 12 years old, but it's brand new in the box. I have the first traditional red 2Ks.
Oh yeah, I got those.
At least
yeah. They're very, very low numbered, and I want like number 1 and number 2 boards.
I got a funny question or statement. Somebody had commented, and they were like, "Well, if Sundown is so good, then why are y'all selling a lot of Recones?" And the simple fact, everybody's simple fact is, we say it's a 2,500 watt sub, not 5,000 each coil sub. And that's why they keep, it's just like you try to explain to them, well, you know how the general public is they don't get it. I mean, there's a reason why they're being Recone is because they're pushing them to the limits. And, some other brands, not saying Sundown, like possibly some brands that they don't offer Recones for, you don't see them being Recone because they don't offer Recones for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that crossed my mind because I deal with those kind of talks all day long with people and having it explained to the general public. It's silly.
I don't remember what.
Streetcar Takeover. No,
I
it
remember.
was 19. Yes, Wally. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
Somebody made a comment to Jake about the ratings on subs. He's like, it doesn't matter what I rate them because whatever number I'm going to tell you guys, you're going to put double. You know, like,
Right.
I didn't ask for the year. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to be rude, guys. I didn't ask for the year that we started. I asked for the date of the first show. What was the first show that Billy Temple had as Base Wars? What was the first show that Jimmy Pittman had as Base Wars?
and fuck Jimmy.
Yeah, see, I'm nobody. It doesn't matter. But
Hey, Jimmy, is there any way to actually put that into a little bar on the screen?
probably,
Yeah.
but I'm not smart enough to do that. So no. No, I'd just be honest and say no. Here's your sign.
Yeah, the amount of people asking if
Hang
they
on,
can.
wait, right there. That he is the winner right there. He got
Keith
Bill.
Riggs.
Wow, he is right. Absolutely. Right there, Keith.
Good job, Keith.
100%, Keith. Message me tomorrow so I do not forget.
Make sure you share this live, Keith.
But you definitely are right. Stop it, Michael. Mute. Yeah. Wait, hold on. What are
First
you
time
doing,
winning.
weirdo? Stop it.
That's a great prize, man. So what did Keith win? He won one free year.
Membership to Base Wars.
Nice.
So and we have one more down here in my district.
Hopefully, Keith, you're in the area where you know Base Wars is at shows and stuff like that, and you don't have to travel that far. You know.
Absolutely, that was pretty cool, and I appreciate you. And I'm sorry if I ignored you. It's it's a bit much. Just trying to keep up. November 24th, 2019.
See this guy down here. Ugh. See, Billy makes these cool trophies.
Oh,
man.
nice.
Oh, that is a pretty nice trophy. Which one is that? That's 2019.
That's 2020.
2020. Sorry.
Oh no.
It was 2021.
Good try, Wally. Good try.
My batteries might be dead on them. They light up, man. There's RGB lighting in them.
Like there's one right there. Okay.
Yeah. So they're like L7, 12 12-inch frames set up on the bottom of them. He did these things all custom.
Each
I walked
different.
up in Slamology, sitting on the trunk of my car. I was like, what the heck is this? And Billy's like, hey, man, I left a little present on your car for you.
Each year is a different trophy, and I mean, Billy puts a little bit of time and effort behind the trophies. Not trying to go into this whole spiel because it is 9:30,
Some more
and we
trophies.
appreciate you guys. But look at him trying to flex. Shut up, Michael. Don't make Kyle go over here. Really? Oh wow!
Jesus.
What the hell? Fuck that.
Yeah, that's why show season don't last very long. Bro, yeah.
That's why.
Because like it's like
That's why
35
Michael
degrees
said he's
warmer right
having
now.
all the shows in
This time of
Minnesota
year.
up in his area.
Take it real bad.
All the shows in Michael's area. Just call him up.
I'll do a show in the middle of the winter for Base Wars if somebody wants to show up, but no one's going to show
You heard
up.
that? Michael Larson is doing the shows in the middle of winter for Base Wars.
I'll do it. Hey, they had a base meet at like this new Cracker Barrel that just opened up in town 2 days ago. 2 days ago. People showed up. So I mean they might show up to a show, who knows?
Dave, it was not Twisted Audio. Sorry.
Free hot chocolate.
Twisted.
It wasn't KCK, yes, but it was not a Twisted Audio. No.
Are we still doing it?
For
I don't know.
mine,
He said 4 to 5 minutes and he was
and it was
like
10 after 9 when I said
15
45
minutes ago.
It was 10 after 9 when I said 45 minutes ago. So
Man, you're really desperate for a winner.
I'm trying to be nice, but I mean,
Don't be nice. Be mean. Like, better luck next week. More
Yeah,
Base
fuck.
Wars trivia.
Everyone, fuck off. Go next week. All by Michael Larson.
Next week, we're going to see how many watts an SA can handle.
Oh Lord! If you want to see that, tune into my TikTok. It's straight.
Everybody wants to know
Yeah.
next week, how many watts will it take to fully send that windshield? Sent. Completely sealed, though.
Who? On what?
Yours.
Oh, my truck.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not sending that windshield. It's I think it was 1.5 inches or 2 inch thick windshield.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, shit. All right. That's not fair. All right.
Don't.
Damn it. No.
Not happening.
Not. I think that cabin is pretty much solid. The only thing that would go would be that door, pretty
The
much.
door that he has to unbolt.
That cabin is pretty solid, man. The only thing that I'm having issues with was the water damage inside the box.
Oh, yeah.
I really believe I'm just gonna run with the way it is. Kind of
But
true.
you could drive that shit through a Wendy's and get you something frosty, wasn't that a frosty?
Yeah, I drove it through McDonald's drive-through. It was pretty funny. But,
Was the door on or off?
the door was
It
on.
was on. It was on. Yes.
I made it my profile picture for a while because I was screwing with one dude that was saying that that's not a daily driver, so I figured I'd take it off the trailer just to go through that hassle, just to make a good picture.
Does that
And it
have
still wasn't a
suspension or
daily
is it welded?
driver.
What's that?
Does it have suspension or is it welded?
Actually, that's funny. So the front is actually, so what I did with the suspension was I took the shocks out and I made a steel rod and I pulled the holes through it and I put it where the shocks are. And in the back, I took the, they have like little blocks where the bump stops were at. I took the bump stop blocks out and put a solid steel block back there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it rides mint like a
Yeah.
go-kart.
Yeah.
There's no suspension.
Like a pallet jack.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's fun. And the tires are square. Those Ford tires have seen better days, man.
It's been so
It
much
reminds
time
me of
to
the
put all
old
that weight
school
on.
80 build.
Tires actually bow in the center. I'm guessing from all the weight. I'll have to get some videos of that. It's pretty cool. Just the story, how long those have been on that truck since I started the build.
Wow.
Like forever. So, but they've got cracks, flat spots, and all that good stuff. Because all the concrete's up front. It's all in the dashboard, all in the cowl. Of course, we added the steel in the cabin, so it's. I think we weighed it. I forget how much it weighed. I think it was. Heck, I don't remember, man. I think it was like 9,000 or something like that. It wasn't. It wasn't that.
It wasn't that much.
That's not horrible considering
much.
where you started weight wise with that
Right,
thing.
right.
It's heavy. But
It's
it's not
heavy.
horrible. Yeah.
Well, it's heavy. It's heavy to the fact that Sundown doesn't want it, because when you're driving in Sundown, they have like a basement and a
Yep.
top. They don't want it nowhere near that, so it would fall through and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Not like all those, monstrous lines pallets full of woofers have any weight to them, but
exactly, blows my mind.
maybe that's why though, because there's already enough weight. It's just like we get to a point
Like
here.
if
where
I have a whole pallet of Z6s and I go to put the pallet jack down and let it smack, you can fill the whole building. Do that, and it's like
Mhm.
oh, shit, man.
yeah, especially pallets of just motors.
Right,
The weight on that is insane. People don't realize that, but
dude, man.
you're like, well, how many subs can you fit on a pallet? It's like, bro, when they're in motors, the boxes are like this.
Right,
big.
right.
You can fit a lot.
Depends on what subs they are at that point.
I mean, Mike, if you ever get lost over here in North Carolina, swing on by, dude. I'll give you a tour and you can hang out or whatever.
Yeah.
I know it's just a shot in the dark, but if you ever get a chance to come over here, man, you're more than welcome to hang out, man, for sure.
I want to check it out. I even wanted to check out the last spot, and this one's way bigger from what
Dude,
I
it's
like.
it's huge.
Hey, Mike, come by, pick me up, and we'll both make time.
You know, we could just make it a road trip and just make
Yeah.
it like a road trip to Sundown. And
That's right. Yeah,
call it
we
that.
could even talk to Brian and get the whole podcast going on, and
Late
Yeah.
night after dark.
We got to get Derek back in the mood where he's cooking food for everybody every week again, like he was when he first got that grill, and he's like,
Right.
"I'm cooking
Right.
this today." Get him in the
I
mood.
remember
That'll
the
be the
old-
day we just show up.
The Sundown After Dark, though, that was the whole reason why I did this show, was
Yeah.
because of Brian and the Sundown After Dark. I
Yeah.
watched that and I was like, that's badass. I want to do that. And I was like, Billy, let's do that. And he was like, fuck no. I was like, come
Brian-
on, Billy.
Brian was up at my shop when he was first selling Directronics, and he was talking about, he's like, man, I want to do a podcast, but I don't know what I want to do. And he was like telling me all of his ideas, and I'm like, dude, just do it. I
right.
was like, people literally sit here and watch me and Russ just talk about
Sit on the
nothing,
couch.
and they love it. Like, they just want to be part of the conversation. I'm like, dude, just do it. Like, doesn't matter what you do. And then he didn't just do it. Like, he went balls deep.
Oh yeah, huge.
Bro, he just did it.
Yeah, it's got a very nice setup in there. They actually use that as their lunch room during lunchtime. So the guys go in there and eat and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I actually want to do something similar to this, but I don't know. It's one of those things, possibly once I get a place where I feel comfortable filming and stuff. I always just trying to make sure everything in my surroundings is, I know we're all normal, but it's kind of like I just try to make sure everything looks decent around me, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
as I
is
said,
real. This is not
my
fake.
ceiling, my
Not a
ceiling
back
is
screen.
gone.
Yep.
Ceiling's gone.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
Yep.
Jimmy's got his little studio in his basement.
That's just my basement, though. That's all real. That's
Yeah.
not bullshit. That's me.
Yep.
All the way down to, I mean, it's real.
Oh, Matt.
I got my green screen behind me with all my awards.
Yeah. All green screen. They all suck.
Like
Yeah.
the dog was barking and being an ass earlier. It's like, man, I'm just gonna go out on the front porch. It's cold
Yeah.
out here. It's 49 degrees. I've just been chilling out here, but you North Carolina people wouldn't get it, man. Like 50
Nah, I'm
degrees,
good.
that's warm for us this time of year because it's been like -10, -20, -30 already. And once you acclimate to that cold, 50 degrees is like, man, this is nice. Feels kind of like spring out here. This is hoodie weather.
I can imagine that, man. It got down to 13 or something like that in that area, and that was enough, man. I couldn't do it, man. That's for sure.
The coldest we've got in my area, mind you, it's gotten a lot colder a little bit further north here, but the coldest it's got was like -17 or 18 with the winds.
know-
-40, -50 degree wind chill, and I was out playing in the damn snow.
What's
It was
keeping
the
you
day
warm?
after it snowed, and I was out working in that stuff, and like, dude, everything was ice. My jacket was ice, like my boots were ice, my pants, everything. It just froze from my body heat just radiating out.
That's crazy, man.
Man, no, I want to move somewhere warmer. I don't know where I want to go because you go warm, you get hurricanes, you get earthquakes, you get venomous and poisonous things. We don't get that here. Nothing survives up here. Like even the things that
Nothing
were designed to
wants to
survive
live
up here
there.
still die when it gets cold outside. Like,
Nothing
there'll
wants
be
to live
pictures of
there,
like
man.
coyotes frozen in the ice, just where they were walking. They just like stop moving and then they're just frozen in time. Like I don't have that problem, man. I don't have earthquakes and hurricanes, but it's cold. That's the problem in itself, you know?
Big
I don't know. It's nice out by you, especially when you're not like on the coast. It's not as bad.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I moved from. I was about an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour away from the beach, Nags Head,
Mhm.
and then I moved 5 hours inward. So I'm in the middle of the state now by the mountains. So it's kind of different. I like it, but then again, I like my beach. I like to go out on the beach and stuff like that. But you kind of give or take. But
Yeah.
I want to say Keith and Willie, you guys both hit me up tomorrow, and I got you both.
Keith and Willie.
Keith Briggs and Willie Johnson.
All
One
right.
was dead on with it, and one was pretty close.
Wally.
And
Wally Johnson, right?
I'm sorry, Wally. You're right, absolutely.
Willie.
Cool. North Carolina.
I said Willie. You're right. Sorry.
No. I just want to make sure.
No. Wally Johnson, yes, sir. this guy,
Bruh.
Nice.
and this guy.
Yep.
There we go.
You guys both hit me up tomorrow. One was close, and one was dead on, and I'll give it to that.
So Jimmy, what do you got for shows coming up? You got anything on the books yet for this year?
I've actually have quite a few.
Ooh.
I put upstairs on it. Not even going to go down that path. No, sir.
Bro, 4 shows on the calendar already this year. I don't even know when they are, but this
Yeah.
guy told me I got 4 shows, man.
Michael Larson has 4 shows in Minnesota. Come on, what? Y'all hit him up.
Bro.
4. I started out with 1 and 2, but
4.
now it's up to 4. 4.
If I host 4 shows, can I get like a mileage curve invite to the Base Wars finals?
If you host 4 shows this year, you get a free pass to finals.
When's the next finals?
Same time it is every year in October.
Well, yeah. You got the date for it? Or
Yeah,
is that
it's Mecca's already stole our finals. It's I think it's the second weekend of October. Sorry.
all right?
Yeah,
Greg
Bill-
doesn't even know if they're having a finals yet, so I guess that's you guys are a little ahead of
It's already been posted. We posted it at the at the end of finals last year. We posted it the following day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had that issue where there was another organization that had their finals the same day last year.
Yeah. So that's why the day after our finals in 2022, we posted 2023's finals. So nobody could say that we were stealing somebody else's
Hey,
year.
you guys got the rule book out for 2023?
Yeah, the rule book is there's your rule book, Michael. There's your rule book.
Hey, how many months does it take for me to get my membership if I order that? Just
Right
asking
there.
for a friend. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't because we don't care.
Yep. Fair enough. Jimmy knows what I'm hitting at. Like Kyle's like,
Yes, I know, and I'm trying to play it off because Michael's an asshole.
I'm just ripping out another organization. Just
Yeah.
it's
Nope,
a little,
we're not doing that.
little
We're
bit.
not doing that.
Just a little bit.
Nope. No, sir. No, sir.
So,
Fuck off. No, sir.
Are you allowed to talk about the transition at all, Kyle, from the ownership transition? How things have been out there with that?
Yeah, I mean, nothing has really actually changed. I actually do see Fuller a little bit more walking around doing stuff.
He's happier now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he gets to spend times with his kids. He gets to do what he really truly likes to do. Develop stuff and R&D, and I think that was the best move for him. Everybody has their niche, and not saying that he was doing a bad job by no means. Just sometimes it's a little bit easier to master something that you're really good at, and developing product is his deal. As far as anything changing down there, of course, I'm not affiliated. I don't work for Sundown.
Yeah, you're just there though. That's why I figured I'd ask.
Yeah, he's there. He still has his office. Nothing has changed. Now Scotty does come up there every week, just pop his head in and I guess take care of business matters.
That was the true date right
stuff
there.
like that. So, but yeah, nothing's changed. You would be surprised. I do get that message. Hey man, have things changed down there for y'all? I'm just like, not really. I mean, Scotty's got a great thing on his hands, and I'm pretty excited to see, Sundown get bigger, because that's the only where he's going right now. Sundown's going to get bigger. It's got a lot of potential coming up, so I'm pretty excited. I've seen a few things in the works, and it's all good. So
yeah, I mean, from Jake's perspective, it's like there's different types of people that start businesses.
Yep.
When you're like the visionary type, it's really hard to have a big company like that, where you're not quite big enough where you can step away and do whatever you want. You still got to manage everything.
Right.
You got Jake, who's got like ideas for days. Like, people don't realize till they sit down and talk with him. Like, if you want to start talking technical with him, be prepared to have your butt handed to you and be completely clueless in no time at all. Like, he'll match your level of intelligence.
Oh yeah,
But he can get past it so quick.
Yeah, and there's play times I just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of like talking to Mike Singer when he's talking alternators. You're like, bro, I just want the bare minimum of knowledge. You don't have to exceed my knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was a smart move on his behalf, you know, to kind of give himself an opportunity to step back. And everybody's like, oh man, everything's going to change. And like, I asked a few other people that have businesses that deal, you know, through Sundown, not necessarily as dealers, like Dan with Directronics and stuff like that. Like, how do you feel about it? And they're like, I don't know. It feels like it's just going to be business as usual. That's what they say. I guess we'll find out. And everybody just kind of been like, no, it's you know, everyday stuff.
If it wasn't announced, you would never know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Truthfully, if it was never announced, the only thing you would question was, why is Scotty Johnson here at Sundown every week?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a power move. It's awesome. I'm glad to see, you know, Scotty's got his hands in a lot of things, and
Scotty's just taking over the world like one company at a time.
Scotty's a kick-ass dude, man. He'll definitely, if you talk to him personally, he's pretty good guy.
I mean, have you not seen Scotty? Have you not seen his house, seen his wife, seen his family? It's amazing. I don't know how else to say it, but just amazing.
Yeah.
Everything.
And you don't forget
his house, family, the wife.
in the beginning, Scotty was also a competitor. So
If
you were in the lanes with Scotty and then you see him now, it's kind of like, wow, that's a lot of growth that you witnessed of somebody.
That's huge. And people don't realize, like, even with XS, they don't realize how big XS is because they're better from an audio perspective and not like every industry that he's got his feet in.
And what if you were told that XS Power is just like a business of his, because he has other businesses that are way bigger than that?
Yeah,
it's crazy, you know.
Yeah, that's why it was like, if anybody was going to buy it made sense to me. I mean, it for Jake to want to sell it and still be involved with it, and not just sell it and wash his hands of it, which I don't feel like he would ever be at that point. But if he was going to sell it, it'd have to be to somebody he knew and trusted was going to take over the company and run it. How he envisioned it running. And at that point, it's like, who in this industry has the money to be able to acquire Sundown?
Exactly.
That he knows that he would trust with the company. Like, I'm sure there's a bunch of, like firms out there that would buy it just from a, investment standpoint, pump money into it. Yeah. But like, who has the money to buy it? It was like kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, Scotty, yeah, that makes sense.
The whole Illuminati, huh?
I'm waiting. I'm like, who's next? Like, where's Incriminator at? Like,
right, exactly.
Is he gonna just start picking everybody up and be in the monopoly? Like, Jonathan Price is like, we got everything under one roof, and Scotty Johnson's like, I'm gonna do you one better.
I'll buy everything in your roof and you.
We're gonna sell everything, and Scotty's like, I'm gonna own everything.
Right. Scotty was probably good at playing Monopoly growing up.
Jonathan was like, I'm gonna sell everything under one roof, and Scotty was like, I'm gonna own the roof, you, and everything.
By the way, your rent's
how
due.
much?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you owe me for your water bill.
Like, Scotty has a competitor back with his he had like an Astro, second gen Astro or something like that was his like most recent build. And then when you look from that to where he is now, it's just like, it's absolutely insane to see like the level of growth he's at. And people I don't think people really understand how much money he has coming in these businesses. Maybe not himself into his personal accounts, but like the size businesses that he has and that he's acquired and that he's grown. It's like, it's insane. He even has time to stop at sundown to do anything.
Right.
And
well, that's the thing. He's got somebody to drive him to sundown. Somebody who hasn't employed from XS Power to drive him there. And then when the guy gets here from XS Power, I forget the guy's name. I think it's Jason. When he gets there sundown, he actually starts working at sundown while Scotty's there doing his business, and then he takes him back. It's just like,
It's flies to the next location.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time till he gets his own little jet and starts, flying.
Yeah, we were messing with him because Sundown has a open lot out there. We said we were going to go ahead and get that marble helicopter pad out there for Scotty and stuff like that.
Scotty's pad only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing's changed. Everything's the same. I think it's a great. I think it was a great move on both ends. Sundown going in there. If anything, is growing fast. So just because Fuller gets to make creations. I mean, heck, he's making that 18-inch subwoofer that's like 500 pounds or whatever, like 150 pounds or 5-inch coil. I mean, that's
Just
pretty,
because too, which is what just really baffles me. Like, you guys wanted something big, I'll give you something big.
right. Exactly.
Why not?
Because
And I'm not installing those. God
Why not?
forbid trying to ship those things because you have to put those in a crate.
yeah.
You're
You'd be asking people like, so do you have a loading dock or do we need to set up a lift truck for this? Oh.
It's crazy. Yep.
Can I have that one held at a FedEx facility?
no
I'll send
airship only.
airstrip.
Low pallet.
Yeah.
Low pallet airship only.
So for the few people that are in here, if you like cool new Sundown stuff, equipment like that, check out my TikTok. It's straight clipping. It's just spelled just like that is. This week I'll have the brand new nightshades. One of the brand new nightshades in there, the futuristic looking one. I'm going to be free airing that on live or doing some videos on that. So if you like that kind of stuff, just check out my straight clipping TikTok.
Is that a V7?
V6.
V6?
Yep. Right.
I've
Well,
seen
he-
some of the
he's
prototypes.
actually-
Like,
he
I don't
actually
even know
does
what's
have
out
the-
anymore. It's like,
He actually does have the V7 already mocked up, he said, but
yeah.
it's
Am I asking too much if I can ask you to share that video with me?
yeah. I mean, I should be able to share it. I have one on my TikTok already, but I'll send it over to you.
Well, because I don't want to say that I'll have time to watch it because it probably won't happen, but I
That's fine.
want to, and
Yeah.
I really do, and I want to keep up with it, but I just
You're good. I'll just send you my channel and you can watch it anytime you want.
okay, absolutely, please.
Yeah, man. So
All right, guys. Well, it's getting late here.
yeah, it's 11 o'clock here.
You shut up, Michael. All
That's
right,
what-
no, seriously.
I don't have to be sleeping by this time, but my body's telling me I need to be laying in my bed.
Scott's probably already ripping the Z's already. So
Oh man, he was earlier. That's why he had that camera. Wait, what?
Scott,
He was like, I'm in, I'm out, I love you.
Scott had that couch view like this. Like I was like, what the kind of view you got going on, Scott?
No, yeah, like Jimmy's like, yeah, Scott's gonna be on tonight. I'm like, he's a freaking legend, dude. Like,
Yeah.
kind of like you were saying, like,
That's a
I
baller.
remember being on YouTube when I took audio a lot less seriously, and I'm seeing videos of like his ride, and it's just like the fact that he's even still around is cool because a lot of guys they just get burnt out and walk away.
Yep.
You know? I mean,
Yep.
there are a lot of very loud vehicles out there that are either stripped or they're just parked in somebody's garage and they're just chilling because they got so burnt out they walked away. He's still
Right.
around, so I think that's cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's still involved. He came to the record show and he's still involved. I think it's a great thing that he's got products, so he kind of stays with the whole, being updated and stuff because stuff has changed since he's been there, and it's just pretty cool. Like you said, it's pretty cool.
You know, it
Yeah.
kind of makes me laugh, and I say this all the time, and I think maybe you can appreciate when I say this, Clippo. The Munsons have probably 6 or 7 builds in their garage that are 60 plus.
Yes, and they have a certain build in their garage that used to be well known. Remember?
Yes, yes, I do. I know exactly. With no doors, which more door, no door.
No
Exactly
door.
which- more door, no door. Exactly which one you're talking about. Yes, but I mean, it's just, and it's funny how just like 2 or 3 years can make you be forgotten in this industry.
Oh yeah, huge.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you could go from a legendary status to just beyond. Nobody can touch you.
Especially with social
Next
media.
year to the year after, you're like ghost, and nobody even knows who your name is.
Yeah.
Like
It is
all
like-
the new people, they would never know my truck. 100%.
No,
I mean, it's kind of like one of those things. If you don't stay in front of the camera and post random videos of your build and force feed it to everybody, you'll get forgotten. And
Yeah.
That's just the way everything is now. Is everybody?
I mean, it's no different than mine. I mean, let's be truthful. Don't nobody remember what I had. Nobody. I mean, seriously, Michael can't even hardly remember, and he was down here from my area. I mean, seriously, nobody remembers my vehicles, but it's amazing how much money, time, and effort you can spend in a vehicle. It takes 6 months, maybe a year, and everybody forgets about that vehicle.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't been that active the last couple of years, and like I've gone to shows but I mean, just the last couple of years, and like on the local scene especially, because I spent so much time like driving out of state, going everywhere for shows, everything like that are like actual local scene.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a show last year, and I'm like, I don't have a clue who any of these people are, and none of them know me. I know like the 5 or 6 guys that were around that were still, big into it when I was around.
They were babies when you started or left.
Yeah, no, dude, but it's so weird that just there's such a turnover in audio that like just literally a year or two away from a certain like area or like like your local scene, you can be completely like there'll be people coming in there like, oh man, Jimmy's here. He brought his build. And they're like, who the hell is Jimmy?
Right.
Like, they don't know because they weren't there, and they showed up right after you left, and now all of a sudden they're like, who is this guy? Like, what do you mean?
Who is this guy?
He's been around for how many decades? Man, that old guy. I don't know who he is.
Damn. Ow.
Who's this old guy?
Shut up.
Oh.
Shut up. Shut up. You're an asshole.
Man, but no, the industry changes so fast. So the fact that we see guys, that are still around that were big 10, 12, 15 years ago, you know, when the social aspect, like the social media and the YouTube aspect of our industry really started to kind of like blossom, and the fact that some of them are still around, like that's cool. Like I like that. I'm still friends with some on Facebook, and they'll post something, and I'm like, why does that name look familiar? And then I think of like their YouTube name, and I'm like, oh damn, I didn't even know we were.
What's the guy's name? Brian. What's his name? Brian
Chunklin?
No. Gosh.
Chamberlain?
No. I think he had a Tahoe or something, but he looks similar to Steve Mead. I forget his name. His last name.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name, but I used to watch him on YouTube all the time.
Yep.
All the time, I was like, "When is another video coming out?" And,
yep.
And he was another one that I always look forward to videos and stuff like that. And
He's
you kind
only
of
hours from me.
yeah, really,
yeah, he's a Wisconsin guy.
yeah,
but like
Dirt Floor Customs or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's Ryan.
Yes.
Plus,
Dirt Floor
or something
Customs.
like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
But,
I used to watch
the other
this.
day. Ryan Blazer.
Matt
something.
Brown.
Like, Ryan Blazer. That name, like 821 Bravo. I'm like, yeah,
Right,
guys,
right.
Yeah,
he had the bill with the splatter paint in there, and
We got Mr. Smile, Mr. Salt Shaker himself in the house.
shaking like a salt shaker.
what did I do? Matt, we're trying to figure out how that lady got over that white fence, man.
All right, for real, guys. It's been real. I'm gonna bounce.
All right, buddy.
My dog's sitting on the other side of the door, like ready
High
to
five.
pee on the floor.
High five.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys both for coming on and dealing with my shenanigans and everything.
Absolutely. man.
Michael
So we
Larson.
got to do a
will be-
road trip out to Sundown now to tour the cab side and the or Audio Apex side.
Yeah, man.
The
Michael, let's
see if
talk
you can
about
sneak
that.
us into Sundown. We can ride the pallet jacks
I
around
got
with these
you.
guys.
Yeah, we could take a ride on the pallet jacks.
All
I'm
right.
down to try that for sure.
So
It's gonna happen.
Sweet.
thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
Appreciate you to let me on, and well, I guess we'll see you next time. If you need somebody for next Monday, let me know. I mean, I'm not much of a
You're hired.
All right, next Monday, Clippo and Michael Larson. Peace.
no.